Juan Kamal, Game 3 here for the Medicine Hat Mavericks versus the Melville Millionaires. Mavericks coming into tonight's game outscoring Melville 37-2. And no, that's not a typo. Ryan McKay, as always, joined with my partner Wayne Slasher and a PA voice far away, Guy Lanigan. Wayne, we had a conversation with the Melville coach, and he mentioned that things are difficult right now, but those guys are just trying to have fun because you're supposed to have fun playing baseball.
Oh, that's exactly it. They're likely not going to make the playoffs this year, but they have some guys that are still playing hard. Their catcher, Jake Green and Almendarez, and some of the guys are still going out there and trying to do everything they can to win.
And the expression, I think, go ahead, sorry.
And it's just, they're a little overmatched right now. The Mavs are on a roll. The Mavs are playing very good baseball, and as Moose Jaw they're doing well. They're in the playoffs, but the Mavericks rolled over them last week as well. So they've just come up against a very hot Mavericks team right now.
And for the Mavericks, it's basically just, as you use the expression during our games all the time, it's just pass the baton has kind of been this theme of the series so far. It's just Colin Klingensmith hitting well, Sal Rodriguez hitting well, Soika, when he was brought in, hitting well, PJ Garcia before he was injured, which we've been told is he'll be okay. But just pass the baton, Wayne, right now is the message. Everybody's having success.
Well, out of the 37 runs, we've only hit 2 home runs. So we've got a ton of hits. We've probably had close to 40 hits, but only 2 of them have been home runs. So our guys are hitting the ball, and as he said, they're passing the baton. We're not mashing 5-6 home runs a game. We've hit 1 home run in the first game by Tito Jones and a home run by Taylor Wright last night. Those are the only 2 home runs hit.
Derek Eubanks gets the start for the Mavericks on the mound today, Wayne, and the Mavericks are something that Mavericks have an opportunity to do here, Wayne, is try some stuff out. You know, we talked about how they're pretty set in stone, but there's a couple changes. Hunter Cooper is out in the outfield. We haven't seen that yet this year. But when you're playing a team that you know you have the edge on, how far do you walk the line of, Wayne, if it's okay to try stuff out, but don't try to do too much either?
Well, I think Hunter Cooper's in the lineup mainly because Garcia is out, and that moves Soika into third base and Klingensmith over the shortstop. So we've got an opening in the outfield. We got lots of options out there. Russell Strickler could be playing out there. But coaching staff have chosen to pick Hunter Cooper to play out there. I don't think with the depth of our lineup it matters too much making one move in your lineup. The other 8 guys are clicking on all cylinders. So Hunter Cooper, he gets a chance to play today. It could have been Reed Odland out there. Reed is catching today. It could be Zach Stark out there.
You don't know, yeah. There could have been options.
So lots of
Canada going here, and opening pitch to follow back in a second. Wayne, I don't know where we get them from, but our performing O Canada artists who start every game are just awesome.
Yeah, they are.
We have some good fine arts here, apparently.
Well, Tracy Bitts does it a lot, and Hannah does it a lot.
McKenna.
And McKenna, so It's great to see those young people out there. Tracy will love me for calling her young, but she looks very youthful.
Thanks very much there, Jason.
As mentioned, Derek Eubanks gets the start for the Mavericks tonight, or this afternoon rather, sorry. Wayne, tell us a little bit about Eubanks coming in. What are you expecting from him?
Well, he's pitched in 14 games so far this year, 25 and 2/3 innings pitched. He's got a 2-2 1-loss record.
Weather today, 24 degrees currently.
13 walks against 18 strikeouts. 3 wild pitches, 1 hit batter, and a 3.5 ERA. So I'm sure he's looking to improve upon that. He could be a good arm coming out of the bullpen for us in the playoffs. Pending we make the playoffs, and we're looking pretty good right now. But having a lefty coming out of the bullpen just to pitch to a couple of batters could be very crucial in the playoffs.
It does. It gives you that different look, and it's those little things that make a big difference in the playoffs.
And as long as he throws strikes, he could be a go-to guy in the bullpen. But again, he needs to improve upon his walk to strikeout ratio.
Caden Zacharias starting things off here for the Melville Millionaires momentarily. And Wayne, I said it a little bit differently in Hunter Cooper being out in the outfield. These guys are really good athletes. They're all good baseball players. Is it that difficult, Wayne, to shift and try a different position like that?
Well, unless he's played the outfield, yeah, it's quite a difference. So I don't know of his experience in the outfield, but he's getting a chance today. I'm sure all of these players going back to Little League have played infield and outfield, but it's a little different when you're at this level. The speed of the game is a lot quicker, and if you haven't played it in a long time, it's going to take you a few innings to get adjusted to it.
And we're all set. Derek Eubanks, Caden Zacharias, Maverick Baseball.
Good start. First pitch in there, a called strike on the corner, fastball.
And when you mentioned it last night, there's a lot of emphasis on your first pitch needs to be a strike, but for you said it's just your first two.
Yeah, one of the first 2 pitches needs to be a strike. If you get the first one a strike, it takes the pressure off you to get the second one a strike, because you don't want to go to 2-0 against good teams. That's a recipe for disaster. Count is 1-2. Soika was playing in, as was Rodriguez. They back up now, playing deeper. 2 strikes on the hitter. Flare ball out into left center field. Hunter Cooper coming in, can't make the play. Lands in front of him. A single lead off the game for Zacharias.
Base hit for Zacharias brings to the plate the catcher number 16, Jake Green.
Nice piece of hitting there for Zacharias.
Yeah, that was a little
I thought Cooper
dying
was getting
quail.
a little bit of a dying quail.
That was a dying quail.
A blooper.
Jake Green, the catcher, at the plate, batting .286. Swings first pitch, fouls it back. Got a fastball. Timing is off a little bit.
Tying a shoe.
I shut the mic off here. Wasn't that something about their coach calling this? That pitch in there for a called strike.
Said he's a gamer. That's positive.
As mentioned, Jake Green checks in, and Jake Green, known for having a little bit of an edge. We talked to his coach. He's a competitive guy. He's likes to play baseball. He takes it serious. Wayne, sometimes having a competitive edge can help you, and having a little bit of a, I don't want to call it an attitude, but something like so. Some baseball players play better when they're like that. Maybe that's why Jake Green is successful.
Well, all players have a competitive edge, and you look at Marcus Stroman, and he gets criticized sometimes for his antics, but he's very competitive. Some players internalize it. Some players wear it on their sleeve. You can see exactly how competitive they are. There's a fly ball hit out into short, shallow field. Soika underneath it makes the catch.
One gone for Melville. Brings to the plate our Budget Lines beer batter for this afternoon, number 2, Marcus Irvin, and he strikes out this at bat. off beer for the next 10
And Wayne, as you mentioned, the budget beer batter, everybody's favorite. Marcus Irving comes in.
Well, today's temperature high is 26 degrees. It hasn't been as warm, but after that, I think the next 10 days in a row are into the 30s. So a pleasant day, not much of a breeze. Good curveball in for a strike from Eubanks. Count is 0-2. Better crowd on hand. The Medicine Hat Exhibition and Stampede is over for the year. Another curveball. Irving fouls it back. Stays alive. Count is 0-2. I've liked Eubanks' approach so far. He's thrown lots of strikes. Fastballs and curveballs. Ground ball hit the rat eye at short. Oh, he was off the base at first. Gets the call anyway. Or off the base at second, but he was called out. So that's a phantom play. Phantom tag. At second. So it's 4-6. Fielder's choice. He gets second base on the air by Klingensmith.
E3. Sorry, E6 gets him the second. Now batting for Melville, the first baseman, number 19, Mike Oza.
Mike Ozda batting 234, the first baseman. He's had a couple of hits in this series so far. First pitch is outside. Reed Odland is catching today. We've got Colton Wright in right field. That pitch in there for a called strike. Radai had to wait for that ball to come down, flipped it over to Klingensmith, but Klingensmith had already cleared the base when he caught the ball. And the umpire graciously gave him the tag play out on the bag at second base, but he overthrew first base. Wild pitch advances Irving to third. It's 2 away. Outfielders playing him straight away. Freddie Walker in center field over a little bit, shading him to right field, but
And Wayne, I gotta correct you. It's not our traditional center fielder, Freddie Walker. Tito Jones.
oh, I'm sorry, Tito Jones. Yes,
Mavericks
I
looking to
should
shake
have known
things
that.
up.
I didn't write him down in my scorebook. Still good speed out there with Tito in center field. Count is full. Here's the pitch. Curveball misses, ball 4.
Oza on with a walk. Brings to the plate for Melville the designated hitter, number 9, Luke Summers.
Runners on the corner. Luke Summers, the DH, coming up, batting .222 on the season.
And Wayne, the Mavericks wake up today in second place after an Okotoks win last night, as you were praying for. Okotoks and Lethbridge in the middle of their series right now. They play again as well right away here, actually.
Well,
But
right
the Mavericks
now
are in second place, more importantly.
yeah, right now we can't catch Okotoks for first place, but we want second place, so we have to cheer for Okotoks again today. So we're a half a game up on Lethbridge with the game in hand. Hard hit ball to Klingensmith at short. Flips it over to Radai at second for the third out.
4 out there at the second. Melville gets nothing here. They leave 2 stranded after a half inning.
What are you doing?
There's no runs on 1 hit, 1 walk, and 2 runners left on base. One error committed by the Mavs. Top of the order coming up will be Soika, Klingensmith, and Radai. 3 of the top hitters for the Mavs this year.
Desert Bloom Golf Club, Desert Team layout was
One thing I really like, if you go to the Point Street homepage and look at leaders, they'll bring up the home run leaders, the RBI leaders, the ERA leaders, the top pitchers. We only have one player in those 6 categories that's in there. None of them are leaders, and that's in batting average. And we have, I think, one player that's in the top 6 in batting average. So it's good to see we're winning with an overall, all-around team effort. We don't have any superstars like the other teams have.
Like a Peters from Okotoks per se.
Or Volk, who's hitting the cover off the ball. And our pitchers aren't in the top categories. Of course, we've talked about our pitching being in the bottom 3 of the league.
It's a special shout out. We try to get everybody who's got parents that are
and our pitchers do come up clutch in key situations, as was evidenced in Edmonton, followed up by a 2-1 victory in Swift Current Wednesday night.
I'll welcome the Medicine Hat, will ya?
Speaking of batters, though, one guy that the Mavericks have been able to count on, Austin Soika, drawing in. Soika hitting .362 coming into tonight's game.
Number 30, Austin Soika.
Called strike here on Soika. Cameron Cooper gets the start for the Melville Millionaires. For Cameron Cooper coming into this afternoon's game, he's been just looking to get an opportunity, and he's got one of those in front of him right now as he's ahead in this count. And in a situation like Melville where they're a short bench, it's be ready to play every day and just do your best. Have fun, like we mentioned. Ball takes a funny hop there, and Soika on with the single.
Bad news Bears, man.
Little bad news Bears, like indeed, as Kim Johnson says. Wayne, that was kind of a funky play.
Well, the first baseman didn't get over in front of it. He just stuck his glove out at it. Had a chance to make a play. The second baseman was covering, and it still could have been close at first base.
The shortstop, number 10, Colin Klingensmith.
Lanny, what are you scoring that?
Positional players, but still.
Well, he's a regular first baseman.
Yeah, he should have had that. Not a hit. Not an error for us. Where did we have it here? Oh yeah, we did. On that throw. That's right. Sorry, you're right.
Count is 1-1 now on Klingensmith. Klingensmith red hot. He's worked his batting average up to .355 and shows no signs of slowing down. Klingensmith has been a very solid player. A really good shortstop, good at third base. He's found his way into the lineup. For Klingensmith, I expect that trend, like I said, just to keep going. I believe just that with a hit single.
Base hit for Klingensmith brings to the plate the second baseman, number 9, Nolan Rata.
So what does it mean that they're not positional players?
Means guys that have never played in those spots before, usually
Well, one called here on
players that tend to
Nolan
just
Rada,
have
who
one or
checks
two
in at this
spots
afternoon's
in
game.
the defensive positioning.
Yeah.
Radi's pitched in this series. The traditional second baseman has found been used in other areas. He's a versatile guy.
And number 19 maybe on first there. Right, the rest are just kind of been inserted into those defensive spots because they're short players, right?
Yeah.
Not their first choice or second to do that. Sometimes you have utility players that can play in multiple positions,
Yes,
right?
I get that. That's right.
Ball 2 called here.
Is this the last half part?
Fouled off again by Ratai. Count is 2-2.
Sal Rodriguez on deck. Runners on first and second, no one out. Melville looking for a ground ball where they can possibly turn two. Curveball misses outside. Full count. Cameron Cooper has an 0-2 record this year. 32 and 1/3 innings pitched. Good ERA at 4.37. There's a ground ball hit to the third baseman, and second baseman throws it into the dugout.
Nearly a triple play there, Wayne.
He would have had to step on the base.
That's right, he would have. Sorry.
A little bit of fielder's choice in the net.
Okay, so fielder's choice and an E4.
Second.
Yeah, and get back by the second.
On
On the first baseman, number 20, Sal Rodriguez.
So one away. Third baseman had a choice there. He could have gone back, stepped on the base, which would have been a forced play, and gone to first, but he chose to take the short route, which to me was the better choice.
For their first run here, that means
Unfortunately, the second baseman just airmailed it into the dugout. Rodriguez batting 287. Not sure why the third baseman is playing in. There's a ball hit out hard into right center field. That ball is carrying. It's up against the wall. Radai comes around to score, and Rodriguez is in with a stand-up double. Good power. And Rodriguez is bat.
6-4.
Stand-up double for Rodriguez.
Coming to the plate right now is Colton Wright. Getting a few words from Nolan Radai.
Double for
about what he
Rodriguez
saw.
brings to the plate. The right fielder, number 25, Colton
Radai
Wright.
had a good at-bat. Worked the count full. Ended up hitting into a fielder's choice at third base. Wright batting 265 on the season. So the Mavericks have scored 2 runs here on 2 Melville errors.
We'll change that. That should be credited to Ratai.
First pitch is outside. Ball 1.
He's good. That's good. And then Ratai comes in. And that's correct. That's correct. And we got a 1 in the hole.
There's another ball hit out into the same gap in right center field. That's going to get up against the wall. White trots into second base. Rodriguez trots around the home. Back-to-back doubles. We're hitting them where they ain't, folks.
Right switching spots with Rodriguez. RBI double. Brings to the plate the designated hitter, number 23, Cameron Pope.
Wayne, pass the baton.
Yeah, just keep it going. Have good at bats. Whatever happens, happens. Fastball in there for a called strike. Excuse me.
Cameron Pope at the DH right now. Versatile is his name, though. He's a utility player, Wayne.
Yeah, we've seen him play left field, right field, first base. Another pitch in there for a strike. Throw down to second base.
Jake Green known to do
One,
that.
one catcher trying to catch another catcher down there, but of course Colton Wright sees that coming all the time because he does it as well. Pretty hard to pick off another catcher when you're a catcher because you think alike a lot.
They have an orange hat as well.
Ball in the dirt, good block by Green.
Because you look at this league, right? The uniforms that Melville wore last night, blue with the word Melville across. It's exactly the same as Brooks. They have both in the Bombers. You look at Okotoks. They have white with the red Okotoks on the front, and they have red with Okotoks on the front. Like there's so many teams that
Here's the
so
1-2
similar
pitch.
uniforms.
Just misses the outside
I
corner.
think that's
Count
what
is
it
2-2.
Totally different color scheme. Yeah.
Oh, that's what you're saying. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, totally different color scheme, and I think that played a big reason why they chose orange and blue.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Wright getting a good lead on second base. Swing and a miss on Cameron Pope. Struck out on a fastball up and away.
Two gone for the Mavericks. Brings to the plate the left fielder, number 34, Hunter Cooper.
Cooper batting 179 on the season. Playing left field today. Some more appearances as a pitcher than he has as a position player. The ball is in there for a called strike. Slider moving away. Cooper hits it off the end of the bat. Count is 0-2. Cooper somewhat fooled on that pitch. He's out front. Looks like it's coming down the middle, but slider moves away from you. There's a curveball, hits him in the back. Ball gets away from the pitcher.
Wayne, that doesn't feel good, but it's one way to get on base. We'll take him any way we can. We mentioned that.
Yeah, to me that's not a great call by the catcher.
No.
He's up 0-2. 0-2. Hunter's looking for an off-speed pitch, probably a curveball. Just come after him with a fastball. So runners on first and second. Reed Odlund batting. Now Reed's batting 191 on the season. Fastball high. Ball one. Reed's been with the Mavericks for a couple of years now. Swings on that slider. Comes up empty. Count is 0-2. Corners are playing deep. So are the middle infielders. Pitch in on the hands on Odlund. Fouls it off over the on deck circle. On deck is Tito Jones, the number 9 hitter, playing center field today. Count is 1-2. If I'm Cooper on the mound right now, I just want to come fastball here or curveball low and away. Green setting up outside. There's the fastball. Misses outside, evens the count 2-2. I'd come right back with another fastball. I think Oatland's looking off speed, curveball or a slider. Green setting up down the middle. Looks like it's going to be an off-speed pitch. There's the slider, and he gets him.
That'll do it.
Got a good slider.
Mavericks get 3 here at the bottom of the first, taking 3-0 lead after one complete. Hey folks, let's put those thunder sticks to use here. I think you guys know this song. It's been trending quite heavily in the baseball world. Use those thunder sticks to make
That's the better version.
having fun version here.
So a good start for the
Not a bad
Mavericks
start
again,
at all.
scoring first.
And as you
First
mentioned, Wayne,
game,
the
the
team
other-
that scores first does what?
They win most of the games. Friday night's game, the Mavericks scored 6 runs last night, and today they've scored 3 runs in the bottom of the first.
Hey, you guys know them action cities. Come on, let's do better than that. Let's just have some fun. We're having fun on a Sunday. Look at that, thundersticks, I love it.
Chris Paralewski coming in, Wayne, here, and they've been putting their guys in so many different positions. It's keeping us honest up here. We're really having to verify and check our stats. Paralewski, he's been involved in the action all weekend.
Yeah, he's been playing regularly, and they've moved him around a little bit, but he's in batting order on a regular basis. And Frankie Almendarez is on deck, because also he's pitched, played in the outfield. He's played many positions, so they're getting their opportunities.
Hey, this is in honor of Shark Week, I think. Is it Shark Week? Somewhere on those TV programs. Hey, you guys did a fantastic job out there. Good job. Second inning brought to you by Chris
Paralewski playing third base tonight, or today anyway, and
don't forget, 50-50 tickets on sale.
like the Mavericks using other positions for other players, these guys are all good baseball players. They can figure it out.
Starting off for Melville here in the top of the second. Number 7, Chris Paralewski.
Planning. I can make their hands clap.
Yeah, I got that. Yeah, I've done that before. Yeah,
Good.
did that last night. Actually, I think. Didn't we do that? I did that one last night.
No,
What
you
was the
didn't.
first pitch?
First pitch, swinging a strike.
I haven't heard it before.
Yeah.
That's why I thought of it. I thought
Yeah, I've done that one.
that would work too.
Oh,
Wayne,
yeah,
you're
they
also,
do.
are you looking for a DJ job right now as well?
No, I just
He gives me ideas.
Our voice far away guy Lanigan,
Well,
as
Kim
always,
gave me
doing the
the
PA
ideas.
stuff.
their count is 1 and
Let's
2.
do it, Kim. I got the
on
disco
One and
version.
two,
We'll do
sorry.
that later. Just
You get the what?
disco version to Baby Shark.
Disco version.
It's like 4 minutes. It's the dance version.
There's
There's
another
a hanging
popular dance that's
curveball.
called the Get
Hit
Up.
to Klingensmith at first.
And,
Start
I
short.
can guarantee that would go
Takes
over.
his time. Guns it over to first in time.
6-3 down. 1-1 for Melville. Brings to the plate the left fielder, number 27, Frankie Almendarez.
You might be noticing that Derek Eubanks pitches out of the stretch. Most starting pitchers will pitch out of the windup. He pitches like a relief pitcher. Keeps his delivery nice and compact. No wasted motion there. So that pitch is outside. It's ball 1. Down the middle.
Nice pitch by Eubanks there.
If I'm a hitter, I'm not sure what I'm waiting for. You're not going to get pitched much better than that one. Another one right in there. All strike.
And in Eubanks' case, Wayne, if they're not swinging at it, just keep throwing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Why not?
Tailing fastball. Misses on the outside corner. Evens the count. Just Just keep throwing fastballs. You don't have to change anything. He hasn't swung the bat yet. There he has. Fouled it back. Count is 2-2. Slow curveball catches the inside corner. Looked to be a little bit inside.
Yeah,
but
I didn't get a
probably
really-
crossed the plate as a strike. Where Odlund caught it. Was probably a ball, but
brings to the plate number 34.
Good pitch.
Tyler Price.
catches Almendarez. Tyler Price coming into the game hasn't got a hit yet this year. Swings at the first pitch. Comes up empty.
Make it 0 for 2. Mavericks looking for a 1-2-3 inning win.
Yeah, after the first inning, we committed an error and walked a batter, left 2 on base. Price started to walk towards the third base dugout thinking that was a strike, but it was a called ball. Count is 1-2. To the right fielder, swing and a miss. Pitch.
3 up, 3 down, and the Eubanks family is going to be happy about that, just like the Medicine Hat Mavericks. Checking in for the Mavericks,
Hey, Maverick fans, we're looking
Tito
for
Jones.
vehicle, license plate number
Yes.
BWM2102. It's a Ford Edge.
Tito Jones, a great character guy, very great guy. I have to thank him on the show. I misplaced a important belonging to me, and Tito found it. So, very have to thank him on the show. I do.
Where did you lose that? What did you lose?
Misplaced a wallet actually, and did not know where it was.
When did that happen?
Last evening, and
Whereabouts was that?
Medicine Hat exhibition in Stampede. We were just going over there to enjoy the festivities, and no, I did lose it, but Tito Jones did find it, so I gotta thank
You
him.
lost it on a ride, or you lost it walking around, or
It was walking around. It just fell out. I
fell out of where?
pocket. I don't know how many people lose their wallets. I've never lost it before, but fortunately, cooler heads prevailed, and all's good. Everything's well. Jones hitting 341 this year, and when I interviewed him,
Did I mistake you were drinking coolers when you lost it, or you said cooler heads prevailed?
cooler heads prevailed.
Oh, you weren't drinking coolers.
No, sir.
So you weren't drinking anything last night. Is
No,
that
sir.
what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying. No, sir.
And you're gonna say that with a straight face. Ryder,
Wayne. Anyway, on the more
nobody's
important
wallet
note,
falls out of their pocket. Which pavilion were you in when you lost it?
if only I knew.
The 9-1-2 hitters for the Mavericks starting
Tito
out.
Jones, he's doing well this year. That's Wayne. When I talked to when I interviewed him a couple days ago, talking about his time here arriving with the Mavericks, he talked about how it's such a comfortable group, and that's why he's having success. You know, Wayne, when you come into a team and it's a family atmosphere, it's underestimated how important that is for a player coming in, especially coming in late like Jones did. If it's a family-like atmosphere, it's easier to adjust.
Yeah, it is, and all players take a couple of games to get adjusted. We saw Garcia come in. The first game he went 0 for 4, and then after that, he made the adjustment right away. Tito Jones came in and made the adjustment right away. There's a ball off the bat, at the end of the bat. Good slider by Cooper. We've seen several left-handed hitters hit it off the end of the bat. Looks like a fastball coming in, and you swing at it at the last second and moves 2 or 3 inches, and you get it off the end of the bat. Fastball in the dirt. Mavericks are 17-5 in their last 22 games. They're on a roll, and they've now climbed into second place. At one time, they were in 5th place at a record of 9-16 after 25 games. And they turned the switch on that one, turned it around. 17-5 in their last 22 games. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Ball hit to the shortstop. Doesn't get over him. Makes a good catch at shortstop.
Line drive right to the shortstop for a catch. One gone.
Good catch here by
Brings to the plate. On the
Taylor
order for the
Sullivan.
Mavericks now. The third baseman, number 30, Austin Soika.
Top the order with Soika, Klingensmith, and Radai coming up. Soika got on an error to the first baseman, came around to score in the first inning. Good pitch, low and away, called strike. We're seeing Cameron Cooper do the same thing as Eubanks, pitching out of the stretch. That fastball misses.
Cameron Cooper from Jacksonville, Florida. He's enjoying the weather. He goes to Warner University.
I'm sorry, which university?
Warner University.
Warner University. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Slider
Down the berm there, guys.
on the outer half of the plate. Soika fouls it off over the first base bleachers. Cooper's pitching a good game. I like the way he's pitching. He's throwing strikes, using his variety of pitches, fastball, slider, curveball. There he gets the ball out, and Soika's looking for it out over the plate. Hits it down the line into right field, hustling in for second with a stand-up double. Great piece of hitting by Austin Soika.
Brings to the plate the shortstop, number 10,
Austin was
Colin
reading that
Clemensman.
they kept going away on him. So with 2 strikes, he looked for a pitch.
And he
that
found
was
it.
up and away, and he got the pitch up and away and drilled it into right field. Not so sure I like the idea of those patty sticks or whatever.
You don't
they're
like those
called
thunder
out there.
sticks, Wayne?
Thunder sticks. There's a fastball down the middle to Klingensmith.
that too
Klingensmith had a single over the left side of the infield.
Those thunder sticks make too much noise, Wayne.
No, I don't. I think they're good. Kids love them.
They love them.
Yeah. Parents hate them when they get home,
Yeah, that's
but
right.
they love them right now. Got curveballs in the dirt. Count as 1-1. Soika, I was really impressed with this last at bat. They kept throwing him away. He kept looking away. He fouled the one over the right field bleachers, and then got another pitch that was up. Got more of the plate. Put the fat part of the bat on it. Klingensmith drills it to right field. Hard hit ball. Soika's going to come around to score. The throw, he's held up at third. The throw was way offline, but the right fielder got to it in time.
The corners now and brings to the plate the second baseman, number 9,
Made a good
Nolan
strong
Rattay.
throw. Right fielder is waving the coach off. He looks like he's pulled a muscle,
Tyler
muscle
Price
in
out
his lower
there.
back on that throw.
Tyler Price out there, Wayne. He does look banged up.
Klingensmith and Soika continuing to hit. Here's Radai, who got on a fielder's choice. Pitch is low and away. Runners on the corner, 1 away. Klingensmith has got 9 stolen bases this year. Soika has good speed at third as well. Lefty on the mound, a little bit harder to get a read on him at first, but Klingensmith does a good job of reading pitchers, and there he takes off. Takes off early, and they throw too late. Stolen base. Klingensmith broke early. The pitcher stepped off the back of the rubber, which you have to do so you don't cause a balk. But he turned to check the runner at third base, and by the time he threw the ball to second base, Klingensmith was in safely with a stolen base. So runners on second and third for Rattay. Pitch is outside. Count is 3-0. Infielders are playing back, conceding the run. If it's hit to the third baseman, he'll check the runner. or the pitcher. They'll check the runner and go to first. If the ball is hit in the hole between short and third, Soika will break for home. That pitch is outside. Red Eye takes the walk, loads the bases. For Big Papi, Sal Rodriguez doubled his last at
First
bat,
baseman number 20,
an RBI.
Sal Rodriguez.
Drove in the second run of the game. Middle infielders are playing double play depth now. Corners are in. Ball in the dirt. The rule of thumb with the corners is if the ball is hit right at them, they'll come home. Or if it's hit to their backhand, they'll come home. If it's hit towards second base, they'll go to second and try to turn two. Oh, swing and a miss on that slider. Got in on the hands, underneath the hands of Sal Rodriguez. Count is 1-1.
But it's not 3D cut, so don't hold
Again, that's a rule of thumb, folks. Don't quote me on that or bet the farm on it. That pitch is fouled back by Sal. Sal is now choking up on the bat. I'm not sure he's going to see another fastball. He's a good fastball hitter. I think they're going to try to get him with something low underneath the bat, try to get him to hit it on the ground, get a double play. Catcher setting up outside. There's a slider outside. Sal drills it to right field. Right fielder makes a catch, makes a throw in, but it's a sac fly for Sal Rodriguez. Runner on second base. Smith advances to third. Red Eye has to hold
Fly
it.
by Rodriguez scores a run. 2 gone now for the Mavericks. Brings to the late. The right fielder, number 25, Colton Wright.
I should just put your face down.
So there's two away, runners on the corner. Colton Wright now batting. They're going to appeal third base. Umpire says no. Safe. Smith was walking off the base, but time was called. You have to wait until time is called before you appeal the play, unless you appeal it during the play or right after the play. But once time has been called, then you have to wait, step off the rubber, and then throw to the base that you're appealing to. But he had tagged. Right fielder has been hurting with his throws, so no need for him to leave early. Pick off play to first. Red Eye back in time easily. Two away. Middle infielders are squeezing second base, expecting Colton to hit it up the middle. Gets in on the hands. He flares it over the first baseman, but it's foul. Cooper's fastball isn't exceptionally hard, so he relies on all of his pitches. His fastball, his curveball, and his slider. He's got a couple of strikeouts today on his slider. Red Eye gets a good lead at first base. Here's the pitch outside. Count is 1-1. Good take by Colton.
2-1, Wayne, sorry.
My apologies. Count is 2-1. Red Eye not going anywhere at
Heads
first.
up down the berm.
Right fouls that off. Again, motioning, gesturing that he's got to stay back. He's got to hit that ball to right side. Big hole between first and second with the first baseman holding Red Eye on. So the intent of Colton Wright to hit it to the right side is exactly where he can get a base hit. Count is 2-2 with 2 away. Oh, he just stuck his bat out, fouled it off. Good piece of hitting there. He was fooled on that pitch. That's what you want to do when you're fooled on it with 2 strikes. Throw the bat at it. You don't need to get a hit. You just want to foul it off and get a better pitch. I'm looking for a curveball or a slider here. There's the slider, but it's up. This is high. Count is 3-2. So first baseman's not holding rat eye on anymore. He'll be off with the pitch. Full count, 2 away. Oska's just a step behind. Rat eye steps back now. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Right hits it hard, right at the second baseman. But he drops it, recovers in time to throw out right at first.
Right down on
Third
the
out.
4-3 grounder, leaves 2 Maverick runners stranded, but Mavs get one more here in the bottom of the second and 4 on the knee.
I mean, the Mavericks are moving pretty quick. I've liked their game today.
Yeah.
These are hard games to head into. They are. People don't some people don't understand the difficulty when you're playing a team that you know you're much better than. It's hard sometimes to keep things honest.
We got a new pitcher in for the Mavericks.
Godardo, I believe.
John Godardo now in pitching. Number 26 in for Derek Eubanks. Godardo for Eubanks on the mound.
So they're making some changes down there for something. Again, if you'd like to come to a Mavs game for free, check out Swirl's Ice Cream on Facebook page. Enter their double play contest to win 2 premium CD tickets along.
So we're making a move, and I'm pretty sure that their coach is going to be taking the right fielder route, I would expect. If he's making a move, the right fielder seems to be hurting out in right field.
No, yeah, Tyler Price was injured on that play. And wait for Melville, you got to feel for them. Things are just difficult for them right now.
Yeah. I'm not so sure he's as injured as much as he's got a sore arm.
He would have a sore arm from pitching.
So, yeah, he came up holding his arm on the one hit out there, and then right after that he had to try to throw home on the sac fly, which
You pitch your guys 26.
to him, really he didn't have to throw home on that, but we'll see what happens. Price might be in the game. All we know is that John Godardo is now pitching for Derek Eubanks.
It's the 9, 1-2 hitters doing up for Melville, starting off number 3, Tanner Solomon.
We know Godardo throws very hard, has had some problems with his walks. First ball in on the hands, backhanded to Klingensmith, but the runner beats it out. Solomon beats it out for an infield single.
The Mavericks right-handed reliever number 26, John Godardo.
Top of the order now with Caden Zacharias, followed by Jake Green.
Base hit for Solomon brings to the plate top of the order now for Melville, number 11, Keaton Zacharias.
Here's the first pitch from Solomon, inside, ball 1.
Stop the order there.
I'm just looking for Janessa.
Sorry. Zacharias.
Godardo has walked 14 and struck out 14. Yeah, I named the wrong hitter there. There's a ball hit out to left field for a single.
Sorry, we need Monty to the bottom of the third.
All Melville are doing right now are waiting for the fastball and just going with the pitch. Both of those hits were to opposite field. I'm thinking Jake Green's going to be getting green light on the first pitch. He may take one, but he's looking dead red here. Fastball low and away. Godardo's just been throwing fastballs so far. Hasn't thrown anything with a spin on it or any off-speed pitch. Count is 1-0. Oh, there he had the green light. Soika steps on third base, over to first base, in time. Good call by the umpire. Gets him by a half a step at first base. Soika stepped on third base, was going to go to second, but the runner was already 3/4 of the way there, so he reloaded, showed his arm, threw it to first base in time to catch Jake Green. Double play.
And this guy should be at
Irving
Beer batter number 2, Marcus Irvin, and he strikes out this at bat. A dollar off there. Beer for the next.
takes the first
10
pitch
minutes. Budget Blinds beer batter sound service for everybody.
for a ball. Got on the fielder's choice the first inning. Double play, the Mavericks tried to turn. That pitch is hit high into left field, but Hunter Cooper underneath it. Tito Jones calls him off and takes it for the third out.
Jones makes the catch up in center field. Melville leaves Ash right here at the top of the third inning. Bottom of the third inning, brought to you by Safety Net, helping you help others, providing first aid training and supplies. Safety Net.
Good inning for Godardo.
Really nice inning for Godardo, indeed.
Started off rough, runners on first and second, nobody out. And a hard hit ball by Jake Green. You could tell he was waiting for a fastball. He got it just a little bit in on the hands. Hit a hard ground ball to Soika, who turned 2 on the plate.
Play, eat, drink, and win at Elements Lounge and Copper Cooley Casino before and after every home game. Show your game tickets and get $5 off your bill at Elements. All right, take a look at your ad, the RG's Ice and Water ad.
That's a good thing about defense. If you've got good defense, you can throw strikes. You get a lot of outs, even when you're in trouble. That double play is a pitcher's best friend.
It is a pitcher's best friend. And Wayne, for the Mavericks, and really for the Millionaires too, they want to keep this game moving. They don't want to get things caught up again. The Mavericks don't mind scoring, but they've outscored them 37-2 now. I mean, make that 41-2 now. And for the Mavericks here, you don't want to get complacent either. We talked about this a little bit yesterday, Wayne. You want to keep those good habits. You want to continue those good at bats, but for the most part, the Mavericks and the Millionaires, you want to have a quick game.
Well, the only place where a team can pull back a little bit is on the base run, and that's what the Mavericks have done. The pitchers can't pull back. The hitters can't pull back. Defensively, you can't say, well, I'm not going to make a play here. The only place where you can pull back and not run up the scores when you're running the bases, and the Mavericks have done that. They've never tried to run up the score in any of these games. Hitters have to go hard, pitchers have to go hard, and defensively you got to play hard. So I think the Mavericks have done a good job. First pitch in for a strike to Cameron Pope. Cameron struck out on a slider. His first at bat, batting .272. There's a fastball up out over the plate, fouls it back. Count is 1-2. Thanks, folks, for joining in and watching this game today, wherever you're from. Please let us know where you're watching from if you get a chance. We love seeing
the comments.
There's a curveball, got away from him, outside, evens the count at 2-2.
And waiting,
we've got action. Taylor Wright warming up in the bullpen.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Oh,
yep.
Sorry.
Right, Taylor Wright warming up.
Here's a 2-2 pitch, outside, fastball. Some sinking movement on that fastball. Cooper is a good pitcher. I'm not disappointed in how he's throwing it all. He's gaming it out there. Here's the full count. Again, misses high and away. 3 pitches in a row. Got away on him.
Pope draws the walk, brings to the plate the left fielder number 34, Hunter Cooper.
Cooper was down 0-2 in the count and got hit by a curveball his last at bat. Reached base on the hit by pitch. There's a hard hit ball to the right side. First pitch. Got a pitch in on the hands that he could handle. Cooper nails it. It's a single to right field. So runners on first and
Base hit
second.
for Cooper, brings to the plate the catcher number 15, Reed Oldland.
So my comrades up here, What are the odds of a runner scoring from third with nobody out? We know what they are on first. It's between 27 and 32%.
It's got to be around
At,
75.
at second base,
I think it's
a
about
runner on
66%.
second with
No,
nobody
about
out,
70.
it's 66%.
72.
What are the odds of scoring from third base with nobody out?
72%. No, I think 80, 85.
Fans at home, how many ways can you
85%.
score from third base?
How many ways,
Can you score from third base? That you can't score from second base. Let me add that. That you can't score from second base. How many ways can you score from third base that you can't score from second base?
Bunt,
So the count is 1 and 1.
sack.
So guys are guessing up here how many ways.
I'm
'cause
thinking in my head here.
I actually went to mass this morning and that stupid question popped into my head
That's
just
what
during the
came
homily.
into. Really, that's what came into your head.
And I was thinking about, okay, I started counting the ways, and I thought, okay, I had it up at 6, and then I thought, oh, there's another one. Okay, that's 7. And I thought, well, there's another one. There's another single hit to the right side by Reed Odlin. Coming around to score is Cameron Pope on the RBI single by Reed Odlin. So the runner on second base. We know it's 66% chance of scoring, and he scored.
Brings to the plate for the Mavericks, the center fielder, number 11, Tito Jones.
And Tito Jones, talked about him already on the show for other reasons, but what I like about Tito Jones, Wayne, is just the energy that he brings to the team and how he plays out in right field. He's, the hat usually comes off, the helmet comes off when he's running. I like those energy players. He's an energy guy.
Yeah, that the Mavericks are loaded with those types of guys. On the hands, the ball is grounded to the shortstop. Throws it in the dirt to third base, but that was a tough play. There was so much English on that ball, on the hands, and it was spinning. The shortstop got to it, but couldn't get a good grip on it. His only play was to third base.
No, it's not a single. It's a
But-
fielder's choice.
but-
Everybody's safe.
Cooper was running hard on that. So Tito Jones ends up at first base
Fielder's choice and
on the
everybody's safe.
fielder's choice.
Top of the order now. for the
Soika
Mavericks,
scored
third baseman,
twice.
30, Austin Soika.
Today.
You could give an error if everybody's safe, but I think it's better to give a fielder's choice and no one advances anymore. It's a tough play because he's going away from everybody that way, and his only play is to third. Change that.
Okay, there's the ball hit to the second baseman. They take the out at second.
Fielder's choice for Soika. Tito Jones out on a 4 to 6, and a run comes in to score.
So Soika gets on
One on for the
fielder's
Mavericks. Brings to the plate
choice.
the shortstop number 10, and Colin Clinton. That's we can go back and change that fielder's choice to later. That's
If you're okay with
I
it.
think that's
Because they had no play at first base on
None.
him. The only play was
Was
at
to
third
the-
base, and it was a tough play because
Yeah.
he's trying to throw on the run.
and a throw against his body.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Runners on the corner, one away, hard hit ball down the right side. It's fair. Smith is off and running. He's going for third. He's going to make it standing up. 2 RBI triple by Colin Smith.
Triple for Clinton Smith. So you know how to change that. So you know what batter was that we talked? The second baseman, number 9, Nolan Rata.
Tito Jones comes around to score, as does Austin Soika. Austin Soika scores all the way from first. That ball got into the furthest part of the right field corner. And Smith on his horse made it into third base, standing up. Great piece of hitting. Got a pitch on the inner half of the plate, turned on it. Oh, Rat Eye gets hit with a pitch.
8-9-1-9.
Gets first base the hard way. That was not a curveball. That was a slider or a fastball. So that one's going to sting a little bit.
He's shaking it off a little bit over there, Wayne, but he's having a chat with the first baseman, Ozga, sorry.
The first baseman, number 20.
Or Ozga, depends. I guess depends how you're saying it.
That's Rat Eye's 7th hit by the pitch this year.
He's been hit a few times.
Yeah, he just stands there, lets the ball hit him. He knows it's only going to hurt for a while. Pitch to Rodriguez, catches the outside corner. Runner's on the corner. Only one away. Mavericks are leading 8-0 in the bottom of the third. This game looks like it's going to get out of hand here pretty quick unless Melville can turn a double play here. Rodriguez has hit a double. His first at bat for an RBI, a sac fly, his second at bat. He pops this one up into shallow right. Long run for the right fielder. Second baseman going out. Neither one can get it. Rodriguez gets a single and an RBI.
Tough read for the right fielder.
A tough read indeed, Wayne. A tough read indeed for the right fielder.
The right fielder, number 20.
Wayne Smith tags just in case the ball was going to be caught, but when it dropped, he had lots of time to scamper in. He's got good speed. So we got runners on first and second. Rat Eye at second, Rodriguez at first. Brings to the plate Colton Wright. Colton doubled his first at bat, had an RBI, grounded out to the second baseman in the second inning. This is the third inning. This is his third at bat already. Fastball on the outer half. I was very impressed with Colton's first at bat. They were pitching him away, and finally he got a fastball that wasn't away far enough. And he hit it into right field for a double. Pickoff play down to first base, gets away from the first baseman who's in the dirt. Catcher Green has been doing that for the all series, and with that error, the runner advances to third base. Rat Eye is now at third.
You usually charge it to the catcher on that.
Yeah. And ETU giving out here, Wayne. And like Wayne, as you mentioned, the Mavericks, they're starting. This game's it's starting to get ugly.
Yeah, it's right now. Melville
Only in the third.
have no answer for our hitters. Their pitchers.
Cameron Cooper having some difficulty.
Well, their pitchers have run into a red hot hitting team with the Mavericks. And
Is there anything, Wayne, as in the Melville case? What can Melville do? Just put the ball in play and let your infielders try and do that work if that's the case?
yeah, you got to pitch ahead and have them swing the bat early in the count so that they don't get count advantage. And hopefully after they hit the ball that we've got one of our 8 players or 9 players are going to be there to field it. Curveball low in the dirt. Good take by Wright. It's not easy to lay off that slow curveball coming in. You see it coming in and you see it strike, but you also see it going down. Hard to lay off on that pitch, but Colton does a good job. Full count. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 4. Bases loaded. There's my scorebook being wrecked again.
I don't even have one for you. I don't even have your spare one.
I'm okay. It's just that now I have to make a new column because we've gone through the batting order already this inning. Cameron Pope led off the inning with a walk. Came around the score, and he's the 10th batter to come to the plate this inning. Time is called. Jake Green is out talking to Cameron Cooper. maybe buying a little bit of time. Cooper might be getting a little tired out there. It's been a long inning for him. He's given up 5 runs already and only has 1 out with bases loaded. And it could be Jake Green needs a break too. Tough for him catching back there.
The designated hitter number 23, Cameron Pope.
So we got Radai at third, Rodriguez on second, and Wright at first. 3 veterans running the bases. Pitch is in there for a called strike. That's what you like to see is your veterans who've been here for 2 or 3 years on base.
They know what they're doing. They know the signals.
Pitch is a curveball, misses way outside. Count is 1-1. Here's a 1-1 pitch, foul back, fastball. Middle away. Cameron got his bat out a little bit too quick on that. Fouled it back for the right field bleachers. First base bleachers. It wasn't right field. There's another pitch away. Cameron needs to start looking to go to right field on those pitches, as Colton Wright did before. Just a little anxious. He sees the ball's going to be a strike and he's trying to pull it in the hole between third and short. There's the same pitch. Fouls it back. That pitch was right down the middle. Melville infield playing double play depth. Curveball in the dirt, good block by Jake Green. Count is 2-2. Mavericks have a day off tomorrow, and then they head down the road to Lethbridge, and then up the road from Lethbridge to Okotoks, and then back home against Okotoks.
It's a down
So,
guys.
3 tough games ahead for them, and this is a good day to get your pitchers some work in.
As they head to
Actually,
Lethbridge
they-
after this swing, so
Yeah, I'm sorry I said that they return home to Okotoks. They actually return home for 3 games against Fort McMurray. So
those will be big divisional matchups.
all of their games coming up now are divisional matchups, and none of them are against Brooks
Not one.
or Edmonton. They're against Lethbridge, Okotoks, and Fort Mac. Count is 3-2. Bases loaded. Cameron Pope batting. Here's the pitch. Popped up to the first baseman in foul territory. Makes the catch. Cameron Pope had several pitches
Two
that
on now for the Mavericks. Brings to the
he
plate.
had a chance to drive, and he
The left
kept
fielder,
fouling
number
everything
34,
to the
Hunter
right field
Cooper.
side. Finally popped up to the first baseman, but I think Cameron should be disappointed in that at bat.
Yeah, 10-4.
He was trying to pull everything, it seemed, and rather than going to the right side with those pitches. There's a pitch that gets away from Green. He hustles back, throws it to the pitcher, but Radai slides in home on time. Good read by Radai on that wild pitch.
No, just nice.
Good hustle by Green to try to get to it, but not in time.
Sorry, what did Cameron Pope go around? Was it a
He popped up to the first base. Here's a pitch outside to Hunter Cooper. The count is 2-0. Cooper singled his last at bat. Was hit by a pitch his first at bat.
Just get them in as a pitch, and then advance those guys as well on that same pitch.
There's a ball hit to the shortstop. Fields it cleanly on to first base on the 6-3 putout.
Is the here for the Mavericks at bats. He scored 16 in the bottom of the third. With 2-9 strategy.
Okay, so we had a couple of questions earlier in the game here about how many ways can you score from third base that you can't score from second base. There's 25 ways to score from third base. 25 ways to score from third base that you can't score from second base on.
Wow.
And the odds of scoring from third base with nobody out is 83 point something percent. So it's 83%. So 27, 28 to 32% scoring from first base with nobody out, 66% scoring from second base, and 83% scoring from third base.
New pitcher.
Just some fun facts for you folks.
Taylor Wright's in for a minute now. Ready for a change. This pitching change brought to you by Mr. Lube, now on the mound for the Mavericks. Right-handed reliever from Vancouver, BC, number 31, Taylor Wright.
Mavericks lead 10-0. Taylor Wright checks into the game. As mentioned, Taylor Wright, Wayne, multi-sport athlete. He's good at everything he does, so something we all wish we could be like, but no, he can do it. And for him pitching, it's not very much of a stretch. As we mentioned, he pitched when he was in his junior college, and you know, I have the same expectations I do for him as I do our other pitchers, Wayne. I think he'll be fine.
Well,
It's still 4, 5, 6
yeah,
hitters
we
up for Melville
saw his
starting off.
debut here pitching
Number 19,
one
Mike
night
Bozga.
last week, and he didn't look out of place at all. I believe he gave up one hit, but after that, I mean, he only pitched the one inning, but he came in to pitch one inning in Swift Current and did very well in a very tight game there. So
That's going to be at the end of the fifth inning.
pressure
And then
would have
we're
been
gonna
on in
do
that
the
game.
table.
So
End of the
here's
fifth,
Wright's
okay.
first pitch, swing and a miss to Mike Bozga, the first baseman. Wright has a very strong arm, as we've seen from third base, so I don't think he's going to have a problem here at all. There's a slow roller hit to first base. It hits the base, pops up. Rodriguez fields it barehanded, steps on the pillow. First out of the inning on 2 pitches.
3U. We're scoring here at home. One down for Melville brings to the plate. Number 9, Luke Summers.
Summers coming to the plate is 0 for 1. Was DH last night, but didn't get an at-bat, as I recall. They had to make some defensive adjustments.
First and they were going to second, and the second baseman caught it and got him over.
Fastball in there for called strike. The right goes into the traditional windup, not
So,
pitching
third
from the
baseman,
stretch.
Or the first baseman had it, and he missed
Another
it.
fastball, swing and a miss.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Count is 0 and 2.
It went to second, and for some reason the runner was going to second. And
Count is 0 and 2.
0-2 counts.
You'd have to tag him.
Count is 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
He's not a force at first.
Here's the pitch. Fastball on the outer half.
Raymond, Luke Summers doesn't have a bad batting average by any means, I mean, especially when you look at the Melville roster. He's the guy that they're going to look to get through the rest of the season.
There's a ground ball hit to Rodriguez at first.
Make
Good
it 2.
play by Rodriguez. Keeps it in front of him. Steps on the pillow.
It's the Rodriguez show on first. 2 down.
Make it 2 for Rodriguez.
Well,
Brings to the plate for Melville, number 27.
I would say a 222 batting average is not a good batting average in this league.
I would not. I wouldn't. Not in that aspect, but in when you look at just the Millionaires roster specifically, that's, you know, unfortunately, it just is what it is. It's called here for ball one. Summers is among one of the better hitters on the Millionaires team, and they're going to need him. That was more that side I meant.
Okay.
Apologies.
Yeah.
So we've got a change on third. It's Zach Stark on third. So it looks like Soika's probably.
Both
Soika's
balls
out.
that were hit to Rodriguez at first base, and that's just because Wright has good velocity, and they're not getting the bat out front on his pitches. There, he gets the bat out front on that one. That one's got a chance to get up to the wall. Rolls up to the wall for a stand-up double by Paraluski.
Berlowski with a stand-up double. Brings to the plate the left fielder number 27, Frankie and Almendarez.
I mean, I'm not too surprised to see that. And I mentioned Paraluski. He's been involved in the action all weekend long. He's been okay.
Yeah, he is. Zach Stark now playing third base for the Mavericks in place of Austin Soika. Soika was only 2 for 3 with 3 runs scored, a double and an RBI. Not having a great day.
Not having a great day, no.
Only 2 for 3 with 3 runs scored.
Only 2 for 3.
I say that totally in jest. Having another great day, Ian Klingensmith. Here's the 0-1 pitch on the corner. Call strike. Taylor Wright looking very comfortable out there. Outfielders are not playing deep at all. That slider misses on the outside plate, part of the plate. Count is 1 and 2. This is a good opportunity for Taylor to work on some off-speed pitches. His fastball is very good. There's another fastball called strike, but tag put on by Reed Odlin. I guess he missed the tag. Throws it to first base for the put-out. A strikeout with a 2 to 3 put-out.
And it's an inning here for Melville with runners stranded here at the top of the 4th inning. All right, fans, you ready to have some more fun? Hello, you guys okay?
Mavericks lead
Let's have
10-0.
some fun.
We'll be
Stand
back
up.
after
We're gonna
this.
do a little bit of some dance here. I saw the San Diego Chicken was back, so it's time for the bird dance. 8-9-1 hitters up for the Mavericks, starting it
Okay,
off.
bottom
Number
of the
15,
fourth.
Reed Oldland.
Reed Odlin starting it off. Single his last at bat. Getting his average up to close to 200. He was batting 191 coming into the game. Oh, off-speed pitch way out front on that. Totally fooled. On deck is Tito Jones. Again, Reed's way out front. Just has to let the ball travel a little further, let it get into the strike zone. You can always be late on it and still hit it hard. You don't have to be early on it to hit it hard. Here's the 0-2 pitch.
Heads
Balls
up.
it straight back.
Nice job staying alive here at least.
Yep. Great job. Big hole between first and second. First baseman is hugging the line. So there is a hole there for Reed. And Reed does pull the ball most of the time. Hits it to the right side. Let's see if he can make an adjustment here. If he gets a pitch away. There's a curveball too far away. Bounces. Count as 1 and 2. I'll have a trivia question for you here before the end of this inning, folks at home, if you're watching. An actual baseball trivia question. There's a curveball in there for a strike. Reed should have been looking away. You could have got yourself a single there. But the strikeout caught for a good pitch by
number 11,
Cooper.
Tito Jones.
Tito has hit both balls to the left side. The first time he flew out to the shortstop. Second time he hit a cue ball shot to the shortstop, which bases loaded, or actually with runners on first and second, had a lot of English on it. Shortstop had to go on the hole. His only play was to third base, but because of the spin on the ball and throwing across the body, made an inaccurate throw to third base, and Tito got on with a single, which loaded the bases. There's a ball hit hard up the middle. Shortstop gets over there, makes a great play. One hops it to the first baseman. Ozga makes another great play at first base. That was the hardest hit ball Tito Jones hit today, and he doesn't get it.
It doesn't get it. Makes no traction.
Top of the order
But
now.
he did it
The third
hard.
baseman,
Wayne, you got to tip your hat to the shortstop there, like you mentioned, Tanner Sullivan.
Yeah. Yeah, he made a very good play. He covered a lot of ground. He went right behind second base, got under control, made the throw to first. Looks like he's holding his arm a little bit right now, too.
Giveaway, 1 out.
Top of the order, we have Zach Stark batting. Zach hasn't got a hit yet this year. He's 0 for 19, I think, in both 19 at plate appearances and 2019. Let's see if he can break the 0 for 19 streak.
All it takes is that one, like we talked about yesterday, Wayne, just getting the monkey off the back, and then usually things sort of seem to fall in place after that.
To tell you the truth, this is only his 18th appearance. 15 at-bats, 1 walk, and 1 hit by pitch. So this is only his 18th appearance. So maybe he can break the jinx on 0 for 18 and 0 for 19. Break 2 jinxes at one time. He'll be a dual citizen breaker.
A dual citizen breaker. We'll see if that catches on.
There's a ground ball hit to the third baseman. It's in the
There it is,
hole, and
Wayne.
there's his single. Keep that ball.
Base hit for Stark.
Stark is happy at first base, gives the first base coach a hug over there. Good for Starkey.
The shortstop, number 10, Colin Klingenstein.
Happy for Zach Stark. That's awesome.
Yeah, it wasn't a really hard hit ball, and he's been late on everything this year, and always hitting it into the third base dugout, etc. And this time he found the hole between short and third.
That's Owen Steele, the first base coach today, Wayne.
Come on, wear a ball cap down there. This isn't the Bush Leagues.
I wouldn't like wearing hats either.
Well,
But it's,
you know,
like you said, it's
yeah, come on. There's another ball hit up the middle, hits the pitcher and the paddles, knocks it down, throws it over to first. And that's the second out.
third out.
Third
Wayne.
out, sorry.
Mavericks
Third out
here at the
beginning.
bottom of the fourth inning. Leave a man surrender.
Mavericks lead 10-0. We'll be
And
back
hey,
right after
look
this.
what we got down there on the concourse level. There's Dot, and there's those championship tables. Janessa, let's make that draw. Let's make someone happy.
So, folks, the Mavs have scored 10 runs on 11 hits, committed 1 error. Melville Millionaires have no runs on 4 hits and have committed 3 errors. And I have a trivia question for you, those of you watching at home.
If you have to specify that it's not fair.
Yesterday we were talking about the NBA teams and the NHL teams that have names that only have 4 letters. Can we name the 4 Major League Baseball teams that only have 4 letters in their names, and not abbreviated names? It would have to be their team name. So there's 4 Major League teams that have 4 letters in their name. Can you name those 4 Major League teams? And we have to give a little bit of time here for our viewers at home. So I'm going to turn the mic off because the guys up here are so anxious to answer this, and I want the viewers at home to give it a chance. And what I'll do for any of the Mavericks parents that get all 4 correct, I've got 10 Mavericks bucks that I'm going to give to your son after the game. He might, I don't know if he can they use it for a concession?
Sure. New picture too, guys.
Okay, so I've got 10 Mavericks bucks to the first parent of a Mavericks player that can answer this skill testing trivia question.
Alberta, number 22, Nathan Stark. Then hitting for Melville, number 8, William Laddie.
We have a new pitcher into the game for the Mavericks.
So right here, William, number 8.
Nathan Stark from Medicine Hat is pitching. We got both Stark boys in the game, one at third base, one at first base. And William Aladi is the batter, pinch hitting for Tyler Price. And we weren't surprised to see this move, given the fact that Tyler Price
Was banged up earlier, as we
banged
mentioned.
up a little bit earlier.
When you mentioned he pitched, though, he's probably body's probably just sore.
Let's see if we've got the first parent. Is any parents come up with the 4 teams, Major League Baseball teams, that only have 4 letters in their name? And not the home name, but the name of the team, such as the Toronto Blue Jays. That wouldn't count because it's Blue Jays. Here's the 3-0 pitch inside, ball 4.
The number 9 hitter, the shortstop, number 3, Tanner Solomon.
This is Stark's 4th appearance this year. 6 innings pitched. He's walked 5, struck out 9. Had a very good outing in Okotoks. Pitched 2 innings. Might correct myself. He might have pitched 3 innings, but I know he had 6 strikeouts. Fastball in there, swing and a miss by the number 9 hitter, Tanner Solomon. Any answers yet? Oh, we have Tanya Wright has the Cubs, the Rays, the Reds, and the Jays. No, sorry, you only have 3 out of 4, Tanya.
Base hit.
There's a base hit for Solomon. Hits it down the third baseline.
For Solomon. Brings to the top of the order now.
You got 3 out of 4, and I'm not telling you which one is wrong.
We're playing Conwood Cooley in 3 outs.
Yeah, 10-4. I know one.
So you can guess again, Tanya, if you want.
Lucas,
Tell her it's a color.
We've got lots of people up here that are anxious to answer that. Kim Johnson and Cam and
It's a color.
Guy Lanigan and no hints are going to be given. You got to know this.
I got
You're
her in
baseball fans at home.
WKRP.
You're
Okay, so 3 outs, I need ya.
you're baseball fans. You can get this one. For 10 Mavs bucks that your
10
son's
Mavericks
going to
bucks.
get, and he's not going to know what happened, but I'll tell him that you were the first parent to get
this
the right trivia question for tonight. And I'll give out 10 Mavs bucks for the remainder of the home games. So your son might be able to bring you, mom or dad, home a gift. Could be a ball cap, it could be a jersey, it could be a sweater, depending
Sky's
on
the
how many
limit.
answers you get.
Nice pitch
Swing and a
there.
miss, a strikeout from the start.
Stark gets his first strikeout here. One gone for Melville. Brings to the plate. The catcher number 16, Jake Green. Top of the fifth inning brought to you by Angela.
Any other answers here?
Community Realty. Let Angela's award-winning service client dedication help.
Tanya Wright says the Cubs, the Rays, the Reds, and the Jays, and then she says the Reds, but you've already had the Reds, Tanya. You can't count one team twice. That doesn't.
Good
that
effort.
doesn't help.
Good effort.
That isn't going to help you. I'm a teacher, former teacher, so I'm
You're familiar with kids using.
trying to say this counts for two teams. No, the Cincinnati Reds. You're right, but you still have one of the other three is incorrect. Count as 1-0. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, a short tapper to Stark. Puts the tag on the base runner who tried to
Macarena, and I don't know what's
stop.
going on
Jay
there.
Green
So that's the one you.
went into a tag, so it's a one unassisted for the second out. So runners advance to second and third.
Budget Blinds beer batter number 2, Marcus Irving. He strikes out this at bat. All right, beer for the next 10 minutes. Budget Blinds beer batter. Sound and service for every budget.
Two-way runners on second and third. The number 3 hitter batting .251 on the season. If it was his last name was Grissom, I'd say Marquis Grissom, but it's Irving, so it's Marcus Grissom.
Decker Knoll.
And if I'm mispronouncing that, mom or dad or anyone who knows Mr. Irving, young man, is it Marquis or Marcus? We've decided to call him Marcus Irvin,
One out, Cottonwood, one out.
but it is a French name. There's a pitch in there for a strike. Count
Sun
is
really coming
1-1.
out here, Wayne.
Yeah, the sun is nice and bright right now.
Oh, we've got some answers now.
So we got okay.
Mr. Steele.
Mr. Steele only put down the Mets. You got to put down all 4 teams
Oh,
and
he goes, no, Jeff would be
Jeff
Mets.
Steele. He only put down
Mets,
the Mets.
Cubs, Rays, Reds.
That's only 3.
You said 4.
Yeah, I said 4. Okay, but Tanya Wright's got the Mets, but she's also answered it up above. So Tanya Wright, I'm going to give it to you over Mr. Steele because
Close.
you did have 3 right out of 4, and then you got the 4th one right. And Mr. Steele, you only put 1 team down, and then by the time you put the other 3 correct answers down, Mrs. Wright had the 4th team, the Mets. So Taylor Wright will be getting 10
Maverick Bucks.
Mavericks bucks from me.
And he'll have no idea what's going
I'll
on.
tell him that it's from his mom. There's a ground ball hit to Stark at third base, and
D5. No, he couldn't have tagged her.
air flies it way over the first baseman.
So,
The runner gets down to second base on the air. The runners score on the air.
that would have ended the inning.
That was a routine ground ball. He had a chance of either tagging the runner or throwing it over to first. And most times they will throw it to first, but Stark not having played third base very much.
Number 19, Mike.
Airmailed it for a 2-base error. Mike Gozda batting, grounded to the first baseman in the last at bat. That pitch is inside for a ball. So Millionaires are on the board. On an error to Zach Stark at third. He's got lots of arm, normally a catcher. Pitch foul straight back. And no need for him to gun that over to first base. He had lots of time.
Mistakes happen.
Yeah, could have just say, hey, I'm playing catch with the first baseman. Lob it over there. We've seen Taylor Wright lob it several
We have.
times. You know, when the play is in the hole and it's not hard hit like that, then you have to gun it. But that's an opportunity where if he had it over again, I'm sure he'd say, I'm going to ease up, just throw it over there like I'm throwing down to second base. Just got his elbow a little bit underneath the ball. Here's the 2-1 pitch, outside, ball 3. Count is 3-1. Those guys a good hitter. He'll be looking dead red here. Right fielder Colton Wright is playing very shallow. In right field, he gets a 3-1 fastball, middle part of the plate, and Ozka turns on it. It could fly pretty good here. Oh, pitch way inside, ball 4.
Walk for Olsa brings to the number 9, Luke Summers.
We have a change in right field. Is that Colton Wright out there? It doesn't look like Colton Wright.
Well, you could be wrong. You could be right. I don't think it is either. It isn't.
Ozka walks. So runners on first and second.
It's right. Colton Wright's playing second.
Colton Wright's playing second right now. Ratai's out in the right.
Yeah,
Okay,
change
so
there.
We're not going to make those changes.
So we have a couple of defensive
too much
moves
to-
here. A Rat-Eye and Colton Wright have switched places. Rat-Eye is in right field.
there's an
Colton
error,
Wright's
there's
at
a-
second base. Pitch way outside. Stark disgusted with himself now. Starting to show a little emotion on the mound, which isn't going to help him.
Colton second. And then, Ratai out the right.
Count is 1-0. 2 runs have scored this inning after 2
Heads up
away.
down the burn.
Fastball in there, fouled off by Luke Summers. Summers grounded to Rodriguez's first at bat.
So is my line's working now.
Hit it to Klingensmith, his first at bat. Fastball on the outer
Burn,
half
down
of the
burn,
plate,
heads up.
fouled off by Summers. Colton Wright and Klingensmith having a friendly chat there between second and short. There's a ground ball single hit into right field. Coming around to score is going to be the runner at second base, but he's held up. Oh, I thought he was going to score, but Rat-Eye gets the ball in quickly. Third base coach was waving the runner around, but unfortunately, Irving wasn't even running hard. He was nonchalantly
Chris Arluski.
jogging towards third base. Could have scored on that play, in my opinion.
I agree, Wayne.
Not much effort there.
Good hit.
Good hit by Summers. Gets a single. Loads the bases. This all started with 2 away and the error by third baseman Zach Stark. Here's the pitch on the corner. Ball strike. Stark has a good fastball. And if you're being up 8 runs, all he has to do is throw fastballs. No need for him to throw anything else here. There's a curveball, but in there for a strike. Pereluski batting. Hit a double his last at bat. Grounded out to shortstop earlier. He hit it down the left field wall down the line. There's a changeup, pop up towards Sal Rodriguez at first base. He's under it, makes the catch,
Well,
and
we
gonna
get
throw it out.
some foul territory and get in here and Melville gets sued. 10-2 lead for Mavericks, and it looks like we got some action in the Cottonwood Cooley closest to the bin action. And Janessa's got some contestants down there. Who do we got, Janessa?
So I'm down here with Simon and Max, and they're going to be playing the Cottonwood Cooley closest to the pin challenge. Lucas is there holding the pin, and we are going to see
Closest to the pin challenge. We'll be back right after this.
each guy has 3 balls, and let's see what we can do. Whenever you're ready.
brought to you by your Shingle Honey, your criminal defense lawyers. Fans, take a look at your Gas King ad. We're looking for the signature of number 20, Sal Rodriguez, in your Gas King ad. If you have that signature, you want an amazing gift bag, courtesy of Gas King. Then that prize, we'll see
For
later.
the Mavericks coming up, we've got Radai, Rodriguez, and
Service
Wright.
credit union for today's game day sponsor. Get a smarter
The
mortgage.
triple R's.
That pays you cash back every year. Service credit union.
And
They
the
got
3
five-
veterans on the team. Connor Cooper still in pitching for Melville.
I've liked what Cameron Cooper's been up to.
It's the 3, 4, or 5 hitters duel for the Mavericks.
I know it's a
starting
10-0 game, Wayne, or 10-2 game rather, but Cameron Cooper, he's doing his best, and he's for the Millionaires. What their goal here is, and the objective is, they just want to keep the game moving, and he is keeping the game moving for the most part. There's been a few difficult innings where they've been trapped, but for the most part, he's doing okay.
Yeah, you know, he's a gamer. There's a hard hit ball by Radai. Candy hop to the shortstop. Wow, that ball was hit hard, and he gets the candy hop right up into his glove.
Yeah, he sure does. You and your
You like the candy hop?
I'm jumping on that one. I'm gonna use this one. I'm gonna use.
The first baseman, number 20, Sal Rodriguez.
First pitch swinging was Radai. Hits it on the beak, but right at the shortstop. And wouldn't you know it, it hits the edge of the grass and pops right up chest high to the shortstop. Didn't even have to make a tough play on it at all.
And wait, if you're Radai, and I don't mind first pitch.
You guys iced tea? Did you pay for it yet? No, see me. Those 2 iced teas.
You don't mind?
Sorry, I was a little distracted. No, I don't mind the first pitch swing. A lot of people, there's some different opinions out there, and everybody's rightfully entitled to it. But if you see if the pitch they throw you first is your pitch that you want, why not?
Well, especially this is the 4th time around that they've seen Cooper. I mean, they know what he's throwing now. It's just a matter of location. Rodriguez gets another hit.
4 for 4 on
Hits
the
it
day.
hard underneath the third baseman, in between the third baseman
Brings to
and
the
the
plate,
shortstop.
number 25, Colton Wright.
So Rodriguez is 3 for 3 today. And he also has a sac fly with an RBI on that. So he's got 2 RBIs, 3 for 3, a double and 2 singles, with a sacrifice fly thrown in there. So he came into the game batting 287. I'm thinking he's at about 295 now. Hard hit ball by Colton Wright, fielded by the second baseman, over to short, on to first for a double play. And that ends the inning.
Mavericks still in order here. We got 3 down after 5 complete, 10-2 lead though. After the 5th inning, top of the 6th.
And Wayne, that was a that was a quick inning.
Yeah, very quick inning. I might have cut you off there, Ryder. I pushed the off button, sorry.
No, that's okay. I was just saying, I like, for the Melville side, I've said it about 10 times already, things for them, they need to be moving quick, but for the Mavericks, with them leading 10-2 already, Wayne, they want to just keep having good at-bats, but really it's all good. Right now for the Mavericks, they're just trying to get those reps in, and so be it.
Well, and you know, I'd like to see them put a few more runs on the board. 10-2 is not a safe lead in this league. We got Bryce Lipke now on the mound for the Mavs. Bryce Lipke into pitch. Stark threw 1 inning, gave up 2 runs, 2 unearned runs.
And Bryce Lipke, I've talked with him before, he doesn't mind playing games the not pretty way, and in the sense he goes, if I go out there and I come back in and there's zeros on the board, then I did my job.
Right.
We're ready for a change. This 50 change brought to you by
really, Stark deserved a better fate. I mean, those 2 runs don't count against the ZRA, but he did give up 2 runs, but certainly wasn't his fault. Now I gotta find me those $10. You guys, somebody want to lend me 10 Mavericks bucks? I'm just kidding.
I got some for you, man.
No,
I got lots.
No, I've got lots too. I'm just kidding.
37, Frankie Almendarez.
7, 8, 9 hitters, as Mr. Lanigan was saying. Almendarez has struck out both at bats today. Followed on deck by William Malady and Tanner Solomon. Those are the expected hitters. There might be changes.
Oh, did we get Melville and Laddie in?
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss.
Probably would have gone to right field.
Vicious cut. Vicious miss. Almendarez batting 200 coming into today's game. That's dipped below 200
Yeah,
now.
Laddie's up because he's going to come up as a pinch hitter again, but he would have been
The ball in on the hands. Fouled. Walking around his, we got a few bumblebees in his hand right now. That pitch got right in on his hands, and his top hand, his right hand is stinging. I would not give him an off-speed pitch here because he does not want to hit another fastball. Odlin calling time to go out to talk to Libke to give the hitter a little chance to shake out those ringing, stinging fingers that he has right now. You give him an off-speed pitch and he's going to get the barrel on it. You give him another fastball, I don't think he can catch up to it. Just my opinion. If I was the catcher or the pitcher or the pitching coach, I'd be saying just go hard fastball on him. He's only batting 200. He struck out twice already today. Don't beat him. Try to beat him with your second best pitch, which would be a curveball or a changeup. Here's the fastball. He puts down the bunt, but Libke's there in time. Throws it over to first. Easy out. You could tell right there, Almendarez did not want to swing the bat. His hands were hurting.
He's hurting right
His
now.
hands were hurting.
So he tried the best option, Wayne.
Yeah, he did.
Hold on for Melville, brings to the plate. Number 8, William Laddie.
I think he wanted an aluminum bat, is what he wanted. That wood bat hurt. Laddie steps in the bucket, fouls it to the right side. Again, I just keep throwing fastballs here. And Laddie has a 0 batting average, hasn't got a hit yet this year. He walked
Tens
his
Iowa,
first hit here.
Tens Iowa Wesleyan from Dauphin, Manitoba, Wayne.
Yeah, last call for
Yeah.
50-50 tickets. Get your 50-50 tickets. Last call.
Count is 0-2. Laddie is known more for his pitching than his hitting. It's a fastball high. Count is 1-2. Good crowd on hand today. Those of you at home can't see the crowd, but we do have a very good crowd on hand. I'm going to say we're up around 800. There's a ground ball hit back. Libke puts a glove on it, doesn't make a play. Stark picks it up, throws it into the bullpen, but the hitter got his first hit of the year. Laddie gets a single that Libke deflected. Stark came in, tried to make a play at first base. Probably an unwarranted throw there. The runner was already at first base. Throws it away. And the runner advances to second base on the throw.
The shortstop, number 3, Tanner Solomon.
Hard hit ball though by Laddie. Good job by Libke though. Just keep throwing strikes, pound the strike zone, let him hit it. Hopefully not right back at you though. Let him hit it to one of your infielders. First pitch swinging is Solomon. Fouls it off. Solomon is 2 for 2 today, batting in the number 9 hole. Had a single to the left side. Got on a single with a overthrow to the third baseman. Looks to put down the bunt. is 1-1. Here's the pitch. Puts down the bunt. Fouls it. Was running as he was putting down the bunt. Trying to push it towards third base. Stark hasn't had a good day over there at third base. Not sure if Solomon's intent is to say, hey, if you're going to throw it away for everybody else and you threw it away on me for me already, maybe you'll do it again. Pitch way outside, gets away from Odlin, but he hustles after it. Stops the runner from advancing. Count is 2-2. There's a ball hit to the short baseman right. Can't make a play on it. Base hit by the Solomon, number 9 hitter. That's his third hit of the game. Runner advances to third.
And Solomon made that great play playing in shortstop. Solomon's had a good day, Wayne.
He has, yeah.
The order now for Melville reached the late number 11, Keenan Zacharias.
They have some gamers on their team. They haven't given up. There's a ball called a ball. Count is 2-0. Runners on the corner. One away only. There's a ball popped up to the infield. Smith calling it. Makes the catch for the second out. So Jake Green coming up to the plate. Green hit a tapper back to the pitcher Stark last inning. Stark went over and tagged him running down the first baseline. That was the second out of the inning. There were runners on first and second at the time. They advanced to second and third. The next ball was hit to Stark at third base. He overthrows first and the runners came around to score. But we have Green now with a count of 1-1. Runners on the corner. Not anticipating a steal here, being down by 8 runs. You have a chance to score another couple of runs this inning and get right back in this game. There's a ball in the dirt. Good play by Odlin. Count is 2-1. Here's the pitch inside, ball 3. Lipke having a look at the umpire, wanted that pitch a strike, but from my vantage point, it was definitely a ball inside. Count is 3-1. Runner at first base not going. That pitch catches a corner. Now the hitter is upset. So from one pitch to the next, the pitcher is upset. This pitch, the hitter is upset.
It's baseball.
I think the umpire got it right on both occasions. Runner will be off with the pitch. There he goes. Ball in the dirt. Ball 4. Bases are loaded. Melville have something going here.
Loaded bases brings to the plate the center fielder, number 2, Marcus Irvin, our budget lines beer batter. He strikes out this at bat, $1 on beer for the next 10 minutes. Budget lines beer batter.
Number 3, 4, 5 hitters are coming up with 2 out. Now they'll have a good opportunity to close the gap in this game. Last 2 innings, we've been struggling on the mound. There's a fastball. fastball. Irving batting .251 on the season. That ball catches the corner. Count is 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Ends the inning. All in the dirt. Steps on the plate, but it's a strikeout. Ends the inning. And that's the beer batter as well.
4-12. Get that door off beer. Courtesy of our Budget Lines beer guy.
That inning took a little while, but we did damage control. First two guys get on base with singles. Sorry, the 8 and 9 hitters get on base with infield singles. The ball wasn't hit out of the outfield at all this inning.
Hey guys, take a look at your program there. We're going to the top of time ad, looking for the signature of number 11, Tito Jones, in your top of time ad, and you want a free combo if you have that signature courtesy of top of time. You go to the office to claim your prize, and also go to Remember When Toys Can Get More ad, and looking for the signature of number 15, Reed Oldland. If you have
Cameron Cooper staying in for the Millionaires. With the depleted lineup, they're looking to get as much out of him as possible.
Candy Moore, go see late in the office to claim both those prizes.
Cameron both set to draw in for the Mavericks. Both for 2 tonight, looking to change that outcome. Cameron Cooper, Cameron Pope, a lot of Camerons in the action today.
Weyburn leads Moose Jaw 9-1, bottom of the 6th. Brooks leads Yorkton 6-2.
Guy Lanigan mentioning in the background the scores around the league.
And that second game between Corpus Christi and Edmonton will be a doubleheader, obviously starting at 4:55 there. It's the 6, 7, 8 hitters walk for the Mavericks, starting it off. The designated hitter number
20. First pitch called strike.
So how you feeling today, Ryder?
Happy that the Mavericks are playing, and I'm enjoying the baseball game. I'm 1-1 count here for Pope.
My young friend here, Ryder, was enjoying the exhibition in Stampede last night. And when you're only 19 or 20 or 21 years old, sometimes you tend to enjoy yourself into the wee hours of the morning. Anyway, the Mavericks have scored 10 runs on 12 hits. There's a single hit out into right field for Cameron Pope.
Wayne, I was just talking about Cameron Pope while you stepped away for a moment there. I said his batting average, we've talked about it before, it's gone down a little bit, but he's still a very capable hitter. That can snap of the fingers, turn it on. He's a guy you can count on for a hit here and there.
Right, and you know, it's good to see him get a hit today. He hadn't had a hit yet so far. The Mavs need to score some runs here, in my opinion. They don't want to go into the off day dragging their heels, thinking that they've scored enough runs. Keep the pedal down hard. Cooper hits it out into left field. Left fielder giving chase, but it lands foul by about 5 feet. Melville would have scored 2 runs on... Sorry folks, I can't see the clock. The sun is shining on the clock, and I've got netting in front of me, and then I've got these glasses on that are supposed to help me see.
But they're not doing
But
their job.
I can't see how many hits Melville have. Is it 8? How many hits do Melville have? Is anybody keeping
8.
track down here? Okay, 2 hits on 8 run, 2 runs on 8 hits. That ball is hit high into right field. The right fielder lost it in the sun. It lands behind him. Cameron Pope had to tag up on that. Misplayed ball by the right fielder.
And the
loses
weather-
it in the sun.
Yeah, the weather playing a factor. That's
Yeah.
frustrating, Wayne. That's frustrating when you're out in the outfield and you lose it. Those are the ones where you're like, are you serious? Those are difficult.
Well, number one, he's playing too shallow. The wind is blowing out, and he's playing as if it's a right-handed hitter. The positioning by Melville has kind of struck a nerve with me. I think their positioning leaves something to be desired. I mean, had he been playing 4 or 5 steps back, and he's still playing shallow with another left-handed hitter up there, and the wind blowing out. So nevertheless, Mavericks have first 2 runners on, first and second.
Oh, and we're gonna see a change. What's going on here? Out there,
I'll give him some sunglasses.
pair of sunglasses. That's what's going. He's getting some.
That's like pulling a pitcher 1 pitch too soon or 1 pitch too late. Now they give him the sunglasses
And he won't
after
need
the
'em.
ball is hit to him.
Yeah, the sun will go away.
There's something wrong going on there. Disappointed. Another vicious swing by Reed. Reed struck out his last at bat.
1 for 3 on the day, though.
Yeah, Reed's got to be looking not to pull everything. He's way out front on every pitch. And if he just sits back a little bit, he'll still hit the hole on the right side. There's a curveball, a swing and a miss. Way ahead of that pitch again.
And when I talked about Cameron Cooper, he's staying in the game right now. That's what they're looking for Melville.
Yeah, he's doing a very good
The
job.
center fielder, number 11, Tito Jones.
Tito hit the ball hard up the middle last time. Shortstop made a great play, threw him out at first base. Other 2 balls were also hit to the left side, to the third baseman, and a spinning cue shot to the shortstop. Got on a single. Curveball, blown away in there for a strike. I think on a single here, you have to send Hope from second base. You got to score some runs here. Another call strike. Curveball on the outside part of the plate. I think that feeds right into Tito Jones' strength, though. He likes going away with the pitch, going opposite field. So I think him throwing curveballs. There he hits a little flare, but just to the shortstop. That was a dying quail there.
2 gone now for the Mavericks. Top of the order brings to the plate number 13, Zach.
And wait, now that Zach Stark got his first hit out of the way, let's get some momentum going. Let's do it again. Wasn't a hard hit ball his last at bat, but stats don't say how hard it was hit.
Yeah, that's right. Snuck between the diving third baseman and just off the glove of the shortstop. If he would have hit it a little bit softer, it wouldn't have hit the green grass out there. But he got enough on it to get it by both the infielders on the left side, and it did touch green. There's a pitch in there for a strike. Count is 1-1. 2 away. I think Stark's looking for more than a single here. He wants a double. He wants a better hit than the
He
last
does
one.
want a better hit, no
Yeah.
question.
That last one, although he was very happy about it, he knows he can hit the ball better than that.
Heads up.
Falls that straight back, steps in the bucket on that swing. Stepped right towards first base. That pitch was way in on the hands. A very defensive swing there. Count is 1-2. Here's a pitch, curveball, takes it for a strike. He wasn't going to move if it was any further inside. He was going to let it hit him. Moved enough just so that the umpire would call it a hit by pitch if it did hit his sleeve of his shirt. Here's a 2-2 pitch. High inside, full count. Runners will be off with a pitch. Stark will be looking for something to drive here. All he's seen so far has been curveballs, except for the one fastball which Stark fouled off. Stark has been late on most fastballs. There's a fastball again, a swing and a miss, and a strikeout ends the inning.
Mavericks lead 2 stranded here. Get nothing in the bottom of the 6th inning. And check out, there's Janessa down the third base line. She's coming out there, and it's a home team home run challenge.
Little Irish
Top of the 7th inning here.
music for you here, folks.
5-6 hitters for Melville starting off.
Mike Ozga coming up. Ozga coming up, followed by Summers and Peralewski. Lipke still on the mound. This is his 2nd inning of work. Fastball in there, blows it by Ozga. Ozga walked twice today so far. Hit a ground ball to Rodriguez at first base. There's a hard hit ball down the right field side, but hooking foul.
Not by much.
Not by much indeed. That ball would have one-hopped the wall, but it one-hopped and went over the fence just beside the wall. Hard hit ball. Well, we know something. He can turn on Lipke's fastball.
You sure can.
Usually you take me out to the ball game.
On a pitch on the middle half in anyway.
Pirate song tonight. What? Oh, we can do the one.
Count is 0-2.
I'm flexible.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Curveball way inside, just about hit him. Wanted that pitch low and away. Odlin had set up low and away, trying to backdoor him with that slider. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Odlin set outside again. Oh, just missed low and away. Hit the glove, but the pitch was a little low. Lipke looks in at the umpire, gives him a wink. It probably wasn't a wink, it was more of a stare. There's a hard hit ball, a single in there. Lipke looking back at the umpire now, saying, where was that pitch before? But sorry, Mr. Lipke. You gotta come back with a better pitch. Don't blame the umpire. So, Ozga is on with a single. Good piece of hitting by Ozga. Laid off the off-speed pitch, waited for a fastball. Fastball in the dirt to Summers. Summers is 1 for 3 today. Rodriguez not holding the runner on at first base with the 8-run lead. Count is 2-0. Need need a strike right here. We don't want to go 3-0. They're in for a strike. Count is 2-1. Home plate umpire has done an excellent job today, and there was a very close play at first base, which I think the umpire got right there as well. Umpires have done a good job today. Kudos to them. 3-1. Here's the 3-1 pitch. High, ball 4.
Back-to-back walks for Libke. That's not what you want to see, Wayne.
Well, Oska did hit a single into right field.
Apologies.
Correct. Just to make sure that our viewers are knowing,
No, that's
knowing
right.
that you weren't out too late last night.
No, our stat sheet there says back-to-back, so I gotta fix that.
Yeah, well, I know you were the designated driver last night, so.
I was. Definitely tired.
Libke
Nowhere near as tired as these Melville
Second
players
inning
are.
brought
That's
to
for
you by
sure.
Canadian Western Bank.
What do you think?
I think you might be.
What do you think the message from Big Brother Libke is going to be there? Just clean it up, or
Well, number one, pitch ahead. He's been pitching behind. Secondly, get rid of your attitude on the mound. Like you're glaring in at the umpire. You expect to get a call when you're showing the umpire up? Not a chance.
Not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen. So
can imagine a
Bryce
supper
and
at that
Jared
dinner
are
table.
kind of drawing back at each other, and I think Big Brother is telling Little Brother, "Hey, come on, get with it." And Bryce kind of yipped back at Jared there. Something. I think he's still upset with the umpire, but you got to shake that off. There's a fastball to Pereluski, blows it by him. Pereluski has a double in this game, hit the ball down in the left field corner. Our left fielder is playing into right center field. The whole left side is wide open. He gets barrel out front. He's going to be able to run for miles out there. Hunter Cooper playing left field. Count is 0-2. Here's the pitch. In there, called strike. Good comeback. Attaboy, Jared. Go out to the mound. Straighten your brother out.
That's
Get
sometimes
the
that's an,
strikeout.
effect, that's an effective
Oh,
tactic,
boy.
Wayne.
Brings to the plate number 27, Frankie.
We'll be happy. They'll be happy about that. Sometimes it's a light of fire technique and it's effective.
Exactly.
Tough love.
And sometimes you have to go out and you have to know your pitcher. You have to know when to give him a kick in the
in the
butt,
boot.
and sometimes you have to know when to pat him on the shoulder and say, "Hey, how are you feeling? You're going to be okay." I
You gotta
think
walk that
I
line.
think it was the first one. I think it was get your act together here.
Last call for
Good
the souvenir
pitch
shack.
again
Last
in
call,
there.
souvenir shack.
Called strike on Frankie Almendarez. Struck out twice today. Grounded back to the pitcher. Tries to put down the bunt. Bunts it foul. Only one away. The bunt is not a bad play here if you can get it down in fair territory. Rodriguez
Advance a
playing
runner.
way back at first base. Stark has struggled at third base, so the only player that's probably going to make a confident play is a pitcher. Hit right back to Libke over to shortstop. Klingensmith over to
Nice
first
play.
base. Double play. Good play by Rodriguez. Excellent play by Rodriguez at first.
Excellent play by Klingensmith and good patience by Bryce Libke not to rush the play, Wayne. Just in all, a good team effort, good team play. That's what you like to see. And Klingensmith, no surprise. What can you say about this guy right now? Everything he's going right for him.
People to hear this afternoon. That's good to see. We need your
He's
singing
showing that he
voices.
belongs in this league, and he's not just a role player. He's
an
a
impact.
high caliber player.
He's a high impact player. Take me out to the ball game back right after this.
A trivia question number 2 to the parents out there of Mavericks and Melville millionaires, although I won't be giving your son the $10 Mavericks bucks.
Let's hear it.
Here's a trivia question for 10 Mavs bucks, $10 Mavs bucks. Oh, pitch over the head of Klingensmith. The question is, what Atlanta Braves slugger did the fans call Crime Dog? What Atlanta Braves hitter, slugger, whatever you want to call him, did the fans call Crime Dog? So that's for 10 Mavs bucks. Tanya Wright, Taylor's mom, got the first 10 Mavs bucks today by naming all 4 teams that had names with 4 letters only.
Is that because of his
Just beat out
last name?
Just beat out Mr. Steele, I believe.
Barely.
Is it Crime Dog because of his last name?
There's a hit down to the first base side, but foul on to Klingensmith. Count is 1-2. Klingensmith is 3 for 4 today. 3 singles. Has a stolen base. Took off with runners on the corner a little bit too early, but by the time the pitcher checked the runner at third and threw to second base, Klingensmith was already there. There's a foul straight back. Klingensmith came into the game batting .356. I'm anticipating now that he's up to about .364.
A number that's continuing to rise.
Yeah, he and Soika will be in the top, easily within the top 10 hitting.
Within the league, yes.
Within the league, yes. Yeah. So the count is 1-2. There's a hard hit ball out into center field. Center fielder going back.
And a home run for Colin.
Beauty. You can put it on the board. Yes.
Beauty indeed.
What a beauty. Attaboy, Colin.
You can't be stopped, Wayne.
There's that extra run we needed.
Second baseman, number 9, Nolan Ratai.
I'm not so sure that Klingensmith won't be in the running for player of the
Year.
player of the week for our division, if there is such a thing. But he's having a great week.
Sorry, I didn't hear you, Janessa. Did you say slingshot?
Count is 0-1 on Radai, followed by Rodriguez and Wright. Triple R threat coming up. Although Wright doesn't have an R to begin his last name, it's pronounced with an R, so I'm going to call it the Triple R threat. Radai, Rodriguez, and Wright, as I lose my voice. Ball hit to the shortstop, comes in, can't make the play on it. Error
Batting
to
it's
the
on with an
shortstop.
E6.
So, do we have any answers yet?
20, Sal Rodriguez.
No answers yet.
McGruff. Last name McGruff.
Hey, we got to have fans here, Lanny. You can't be giving the fans hints at home. They got to Google it themselves.
Oh,
I'm not giving you 10 Mavs bucks.
I didn't Google it.
I said they have to Google it at
Oh,
home.
gotcha.
Here's the pitch in the dirt to Rodriguez. Count is 1-1. Radai at first, nobody out. I think this is the first series I've ever seen where there's 3 games here and not one pitcher has gone down to the bullpen to warm up for the opposing team.
A hard hit ball by Rodriguez, Wayne, and he's now 4 for 4 on the day. Came into this game hitting .282, but his batting average is going to be increased as well.
I had him at 287. Yeah, he's high. He'll be getting up there to 295, 300.
Service Credit Union, get a smarter mortgage, one that pays you cash you back every year. Service Credit Union, think outside the banks.
Pitching change being made here by the looks of it. Ozga is going to come in again, replacing Cooper.
Cameron Cooper,
Cameron
he pitched a
Cooper.
long game.
He did. He gave it his all.
Well-deserved round of applause. And is this always good coming in?
Second baseman is coming in.
That's number 8. No. That's not number 8, is it?
Good song, by the way. Good song, by the way.
Caden Zacharias.
No,
number 8.
William Laddie.
William Laddie is coming in.
So how was that right field? Who's out right field? So Laddie is the pitcher now. Designated hitter is out.
We were just talking about nobody warming up in the bullpen all weekend.
Well, it's because they're playing the game. In the Melville Millionaires case, they're playing in the game. How can you warm up?
Well, I think the maintenance people have been very happy they haven't had to go down and work on the bullpen at all. Saves them a little bit of time.
What number is that there?
So, Ozga is still at first base, and it looks like
Cameron Cooper,
is that
the pitcher.
Cooper going out to right field?
So the DH is out, Wayne. Hey? So I would think with Cooper going into the DH spot in the batting order, that makes sense, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So right now we got 2 first basemen, and somebody's one of the umpires is saying to one of the guys, "You have to go play right field."
Yeah, that's going to be.
So
the first
Ozga is going to go play right field, and he's playing about 5 steps behind the first baseman, just in jest. So Ozga is going to right field. Cooper is now in for the DH.
Now batting for the
No,
Mavericks.
yes, Cooper is in for the DH.
Right fielder number 25, Colton Wright.
So Summers is out of the game.
Was it DH, sorry?
Cooper will be in for the DH.
is out.
The pitcher goes into the DH spot.
So number 29 goes there.
Colton Wright batting, runners on first and second, nobody away, pitch outside.
Go to Ozga. You got him in right field right now, so that's good. You got him in right field. See if that works out.
Oh.
Ball one here.
Jeff Steele got it.
Pitch is in there for a strike.
Jeff Steele is the winner, Wayne.
Right-handed reliever, number 8.
Jeff Steele, you're right. Fred McGriff, known as the crime dog. Used to play for the Blue Jays, got traded to San Diego in the Alomar trade. That brought Alomar and Joe Carter to Toronto for shortstop Fernandez, and Fred McGriff went to San Diego. And then Fred McGriff ended up in Atlanta and became known as the crime dog. So, good job, Mr. Steele.
Didn't know the first one.
Your son will be getting 10 Mavs bucks. I'll have to explain to Owen too what this is all about. I'll say I'm just a fan of yours, Owen.
I'm just a fan. Here's
Yeah.
some money. Yeah.
You and Taylor, I'm just fans
just a
of
fan.
yours. Here's 10 bucks for you. I'll take all the credit.
Heads up down the
for it.
berm, guys.
No, I won't, of course, folks. Count is 2-2. Ball hit to the third baseman, over to second base, on to first base, double play.
3 double play.
5-4 to 3, double play. Brad Eye advances to third.
5-4-3 double play. 2 out now for the Mavericks. Bring us to the lake. The designated hitter number 23, Cameron Pope.
Mr. 19 is 862 people.
862 people, correct?
Yes, sir.
Pope single his last at bat. Takes slider in there for a called strike. Right eye at third base, 2 away. 1 run is scored this inning on Clayton Smith's long home run into deep right center field. Right off the bat, you could tell that it was well hit. There's another well hit ball by Pope. Right eye will come in to score. Second run of the inning. RBI single for Pope.
RBI single for Pope. Brings to the plate the left fielder number 34, Hunter Cooper.
Speaking of, as Hunter Cooper's dad, Chris, writes into the show now, he figured out how to type, so we're all in trouble. He is right that Hunter Cooper did play out in the outfield a little bit earlier this season. Chris, good to see you from you. How's Nationals going, I believe, is the daughter's playing it? That's fouled off there by...
I think they were in regionals.
Was it regionals?
I think it was regionals.
Let us know how that's going.
Yeah, let us know whether it's regionals or nationals, how your daughter did. Fastball in there for a called strike. Count is 0-2.
And William Laddie likes to work quick, I've noticed.
You don't have to think too much here. There's not a lot of pressure going on it. We're not going to be bunting or hit and running. There's another single by Cooper. Gets a barrel out front on it. Good piece of hitting. His second hit of the game. Third hit of the game.
Okay. So earlier I said
Came into the game batting 179.
that was correct.
I'm sure he'll be well over 200 after those 3 hits today.
The catcher number 15, Reed Oldland.
So runners on first and second. Reed Oldland at the plate.
4.
Struck out 3 times today. He's got the hat trick.
4 errors for Melville.
Let's hope he doesn't get the golden
And
sombrero.
12, 18, and 2.
But Reed's been out front on all of the pitches that he's missed swinging on. Hasn't really made contact hard today. Did have a single out into right field. Came around to score in the 3rd inning. But other than that, he's been coming up empty. Here's the pitch, high and inside. Fans were oohed by that. Thought that it was going to hit him. Count is 2-1. Sun is out again. Very pleasant day today. Oh, there's a ball hit out into left field. Left fielder coming in, makes the catch.
Good foot speed there.
Left fielder charging
Closed
hard
on
to
it
get a catch.
quickly.
Mavericks getting hurt.
I like the approach by Odland though. Not scared to go to the left side, but
Looks like we
I'm
got
not sure
some
whether that was
hit
by
waiver
intent
action
or the
going on
fact
there
that the
in,
pitch was in on his
left
hands.
field,
But
since today's off
nevertheless,
contest.
it's a
And
third
here's
out.
our,
Doesn't matter how it
contestant
looked
there, Janessa.
or what the intent was.
He is currently running out with Will. I'm getting my pitchers ready, and they're going to be slingshotting 4 balls each wood. Different Mavericks jersey updates on fun.
New pitcher.
Wayne, Liam Rosebeck checks in. The Mavericks are just giving some guys some playing time right now. Everybody's kind of getting a chance.
I think that's a good strategy because you got some tough games coming ahead, and Rosebud and Lipke hadn't pitched in this series. Neither had Godardo until today, so they're all going to get an inning of work. And they should be fresh and ready to go against Lethbridge and Okotoks.
This next one is for 795 Schooners. And it's up.
Right to you.
And a great little out. Did you catch that one? A nice grab by that. Whatever that challenge is called.
I missed that.
That was a nice grab, actually.
That's catch the ball with a fishing net. And he caught it. Liam Rosebeck into the game. Rosebeck came to the Mavericks from Weyburn at the end of
That's
June.
right, those are the 3 specials you get at Days Off Pub after the game, and take your tickets down there. 2 for 1 Applebee's, $7.95 Schooners, $4.25 eyeballs. The official pub of the Mavericks, Days Off Pub. And attendance here for tonight, or this afternoon, 862 of you. Thank you very much for attending.
Attendance tonight, 800, or this afternoon, 862. I'm thinking that when Fort Mac, Lethbridge, and Okotoks come back next week, we're going to be well over 1,000. So
good bet.
William Alatti coming to the plate, number 8, 9, and 1 hitters.
Melville, the 8 and 1 hitters, number 8, William Laddie.
And Wayne Rosebeck can throw heat. He can throw the ball hard.
He does have a good arm. If you watch his arm speed, he's got fantastic arm speed. He's not a big guy, but his arm really comes around in a hurry. He gets his lower half going, and then the top hand just explodes. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Boom. A little high.
Last call for the concession. Last call for the concession.
Ball 3, 3 and 1.
Another ball, Liam Rosebeck.
Mavericks have scored 12 runs on 18 hits. Ground ball hit to the second baseman, Colton Wright. Over to first base, Rodriguez with a first out.
One gone for Melville. Brings to the plate number 3, Tanner Solomon.
As I was saying, Mavericks have scored 12 runs on 18 hits, committed 2 errors. Melville have scored 2 runs on 9 hits and have committed 4 errors. First pitch into Solomon. Outside. Ball 1. Here's the pitch. Hits the corner. Maybe.
Maybe.
It looks like a quick hand by Reed Odlin there. Count is 1-1. That ball is hit out into left center field. Tito Jones calling for it. Runs in, makes the catch. And the charismatic hat falls off.
Charismatic hat falls off indeed.
Number 11, Keaton Zacharias.
Game's slowing down here as the Mavericks will be up for their last at bat coming up soon. Most likely.
Pitch is high. Yeah, I agree. I don't think that Melville are capable of a 10-run comeback, to be honest with you. Count is 2-0. Leadoff hitter Caden Zacharias. It's 2 for 4 today. Count is 2-1. Here's the pitch. Fouled back.
Heads up, folks. Heads up.
Do we have any out-of-town scores yet? Any out-of-town scores?
Lucas, any 50-50 action here yet?
Heck, I can check. What am I doing here? I'm asking everybody else who's busy.
Currently in the bottom of the 8th, the Swift Current 57s lead the Regina Red Sox 4-2.
I don't care about them. I want to know what's happening.
Bottom
in
of the
West.
9th inning, the Brooks Bombers lead the Brooks Bombers lead the Yorkton Cardinals. 8-2. Obviously, you guys know what's going on with things today. And today, as of right now, the Lethbridge Bulls have defeated the Okotoks Dogs 3-1. It's the big one.
Okay, line drive out to left field. Cooper for the third out of the inning.
50-50 tickets for the amount of $620.
So Wayne, with
Lethbridge, that's the first game of a doubleheader between Lethbridge and Okotoks.
Lethbridge takes this one. So tell us what that means.
Well, that means right now that they've temporarily are tied for us in second place. But if we win here, we'll be a half a game ahead of them. And if they win, they'll be tied with us. We'll still have the one game in hand. And if they lose, we'll be a game and a half ahead of them with a game in hand. So either way, unless we give up 11 runs in the next 3 outs, we'll remain in second place after today's action. We have number 9, 1 and 2 coming up. Jones, Stark, and Klingensmith.
Marcus Stroman to the Mets. What do you want?
All right. That's going to be part of the trade, sending Syndergaard to San Diego. And we're going to get somebody from San Diego. San Diego have lots of top prospects.
And Wayne, the big trade just goes down.
Yeah, big trade. Kim Johnson just reported Marcus Stroman is traded to the New York Mets. Mets were in heated discussions with the San Diego Padres for Noah Syndergaard. So I'm going to be calling that we're going to be getting somebody, a player from the Mets and or a player from the Padres. And it'll be a top-notch player. San Diego Padres are loaded with high-end minor league players. See you, Kim.
It's the 9-1-2 hitters go up for the Mavericks. Starting it off, number 11, Tito Jones.
And Wayne, you don't like these, but
Get that out of my face.
brought up. Service Credit Union, today's game day sponsor, I believe, doing some work. Tito Jones checks in. He's been playing well today in center field. I've liked him.
There's a pitch in for a strike from the new pitcher, William Laddie. Pitch on the corner, called strike 2.
Laddie throws good pitches.
2 strikes.
Yeah, he's right around the plate, and that's where you want to be. You don't want to be down the middle all the time. You want to be right around the plate. You can throw it down the middle occasionally, 3-0. The rest of the time, hitters are too good to throw it down the middle. There's a curveball or a slider misses high, evens the count at 2-2. Tito has hit the ball to the left side consistently, to the shortstop, third base, left field side. Has hit the 1 ball to the second baseman today. Ball 4 takes a walk after being down 0-2. Good at bat.
Top of the order now for the Mavericks brings to plate number 13, Zach Stark.
You know, I got to hand it to our fans. We're up 12-2. Have 860 some fans here today. And we probably still have 700 here in the stands watching in the 9th inning, being up by 10 runs.
Yeah, you betcha.
If not 700, between 500 and 600 anyway. Stark takes the first pitch strike. Stark got his first hit of the season this year. Pinch hitting for Austin Soika in the 4th inning.
Taking over the third base spot as well.
Pitch in the dirt, good block, backhanded by Green.
Tyler Murphy. First base.
Count is 1-1.
Brent Ladlinsky. And third, Derek Talbot.
Pitch just misses the outside corner. I was a pitcher, I would be doing a little bit of looking in on that pitch. It was very close, but credit to him. He's just going to throw the next pitch. Swing and a miss by Stark. Pitch up in the zone, up and in on him. Count is 2-2. Here's the pitch. Ground ball hit to the shortstop. Steps on second base, over to first. Double play.
6-3 double play.
6 unassisted at second base, and a 6-3 put out on Stark for the second out.
The shortstop, number 10, Colin Cleans.
A little bit of yelling going on here between the coach. Yelling at our coach at third base. I think it's on the slide by Stark at second base. Went in hard on that, but perhaps not. I mean, I'm speculating up here. I'm not exactly sure.
Pitcher's got a smile on his face for some reason.
Actually, it wouldn't have been Stark. Stark was the hitter. It would have been Tito Jones going in hard at second base, but I don't really know exactly what the first base coach or coach in the dugout is yelling about. There's a ball hit high down the right field side by Klingensmith. First baseman gives a good effort, catches it on one hop, but it's foul. Any of you guys know what the coach is yelling about over there?
Which coach are you talking about, Wayne? The
Well,
visiting coach?
their coach was yelling over towards our dugout area, and that was when
The slide, you think it
when
was?
Stark and Jones were running off. I thought he was yelling at Stark or Jones, and the only thing I could think of is that it could have been the slide at second base, but he was pretty upset there, pretty animated. Pitch is high, count is 2-1. If any of you fans at home can replay that on YouTube and let us know what happened. There's
Is
a
it
ball
down
hit
there,
out
guys?
high down the right field line. It didn't have the distance for a home run, but it's foul. It's over the fence. Not the outfield fence, but just the playing field fence. Count is 2-2. Smith will be looking to swing from the heels here, I would say. Nothing to lose. You get a fastball, take it out of the park. Oh, he does swing from the heels. Comes up empty. He was going yard on that one.
He was going yard on that one.
Here in the bottom of the eighth inning, top of the ninth come up.
Usually third baseline. Usually they do.
And just a reminder, fans, it's Sunday. You know what that means? The kids can run the bases after the game. They make sure that they enter through the third base line down there. With Monty, they'll be running the bases at the end of the game here. We're going to the top of the ninth. Again, we'd like to thank Temple Fitness, locally owned and operated, offering private training, group classes, and 24-hour open memberships. The official training facility of the Mavericks. Don't forget, head on down to Days Off Pub to get those, redeem those specials. $7.95 schooners, $4.25 high balls, and the 2-for-1 Ackies. Days Off Pub, the official pub of the Mavericks. And the next home game, August 1st, 7:05 start at Safety Net is our sponsor, and they'll be facing the Fort McMurray Giants for a 3-game homestand. Mavericks are on the road. They get a day off tomorrow. On the road to Lethbridge on Tuesday. Wednesday they play in Okotoks. Big games coming up for the Mavericks in the next 5. As they'll be wanting to solidify second place in the standings. Jake Green.
Starting things off for the Millionaires, it's been arguably the most successful guy in this series, Jake Green. Although not too successful today, 0 for 3. We really like him as a catcher, as he'll be a victim here of a 6-3.
Last call for the bar. Last call for the bar.
Yeah, he's played hard throughout the whole series.
Brings to the late.
Has a lot of fun.
Marcus Irving.
Did the YMCA with our fans last night. Rosebeck's second inning of work today. In the 8th inning, got the Millionaires out 1-2-3. Got Green to ground out to Clingan Smith. Here's Irving. Pitch in there for a called strike. Count is 1-1. Rosebeck showing his fastball as a very good fastball. There's a slider in there for a called strike. Count is 1-2. Catches the inside corner. Another slider. Fouled away. I'm thinking Rosebeck wants to get him out with his fastball. Most fastball pitchers want to get the guy out with a fastball. I think he's going to go hard. There's a fastball. Oh, misses inside. Pitchers who can throw hard have that fastball ego in their mind. And there's another fastball popped up to third base side, but out into the stands, and it's landing. Oh! Just missed. Husband and wife sitting there. Both of them had their heads down, didn't see the ball coming, and thank goodness it missed them.
As mentioned, we had a fan not too long ago. We can get popped by one.
Yeah. Those that come straight down hurt, but they're not like those line drives. There's a fastball line inside, full count.
Hey, Lucas, is Monty going to be running the bases with the kids today?
Rosebeck shakes off Odlund. Here's the slider.
8 pitches
Good call.
thrown here.
I like that. I like the fact that you can't always throw your fastball, even though you have a great fastball.
Okay.
You can't always throw your fastball on full count. This is the opportunity to work on your second pitch full count. Another slider inside part of the plate.
And a good battle here, Wayne, for both
Yeah,
guys.
very good battle. Irving's putting up a great battle. Full count. Here's the payoff pitch. Fastball hit hard into left center field. Tito Jones dives and makes a wonderful catch out there. Wow!
Tito Jones, beauty.
Both he and Cooper dove for the ball. Tito Jones comes up with a great catch. What a beauty that was.
Hangs on to the ball.
And Wayne, I like him in center field just as much as I like him in right field. With that speed, he's useful out there.
Yeah, that's right. He can cover ground. We've got very good outfielders, I think.
Real chalky play. He's injured right now.
Walker, Soika.
Yeah. And throw Pope back out there when you
Pope can be out there. Hunter Cooper does an adequate job for sure. There's a ball hit, but off the hands. It broke the bat out to right field.
That's the game, folks.
Red Eye makes the catch for the third out.
Get off tomorrow for
2 hours and 50 minutes.
Get rested up and head off to Lethbridge on Tuesday.
Wayne, the Mavericks, they win it. We
We
talked about the Mavericks wanting to win all 3. They come out, they do just that. For the Mavericks, Wayne, it's time to. It's only going to get tougher, as you mentioned. It'll be a.
On behalf of the players,
With all respect to the Melville Millionaires, the competition is going to take a severe step up here. It's going to be a rude awakening in some respects if they don't prepare the right way.
I agree with you. Melville were a little overmatched and undermanned in this series. The Mavericks now moved to 18-5 in their last 23 games, 18-5. But as you were mentioning, the real test is going to come in the next series of games. And the next series is Lethbridge, Okotoks, Fort McMurray, Fort McMurray will be back home. They're on. Mavericks have a day off. So Monday is off. Tuesday in Lethbridge, Wednesday in Okotoks, and Thursday, Friday, Saturday back here in Medicine Hat against Fort McMurray. Tough road sked ahead.
Tough road schedule ahead.
Well,
indeed.
tough schedule.
Tough
3 of them are at home, but tough 2 games on the road. For
Tough
sure.
schedule ahead for sure. What do you think the Mavericks? What's going to be crucial to them having success on this upcoming thing? Because it is difficult to play a team like this, then just jump right in.
Well, it's going to start on the mound. I'm sure that Cervantes is going to get a start, and they're going to go with their top guys, especially against Lethbridge. That game could be a big game for deciding second place, and we definitely want home field advantage for the playoffs. So, to me, it's going to be our pitching. But having said that, our hitters have to keep hitting. Our pitching has come up clutch. Cervantes threw a great game in Swift Current, winning 2-1. And he's a type of pitcher in my mind that takes about an inning or so to get going. And once he settles in, he's really tough. But Lethbridge have Griffin, and we know what he can pitch. They've got some good pitching on the mound down there, so that'll be a battle. That will be, certainly indeed. Well, everybody, your Mavericks, they win all 3. That'll do it for this edition. Thanks for tuning in this weekend on Mavericks TV. Ryder McKay as always. Wayne, thanks a lot. We'll see you all next time. Yes, thanks everyone for watching, and some parents, your kids are going to be getting some Mavs bucks. Thanks again. Have a good week.